Alright, friends. Today we're gonna be real calm, quiet, and have a nice, relaxing little stream. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this here channel where we do literary theory to the games that we play. That is to say, that we do close reading, structuralist analysis, and deconstruction with everything that we play. Because I might be nursing a little bit of a migraine. Because I might have been too many sheets to the wind last night. An egregious amount of sheets to the wind. Oh, hi everyone. How are you all doing? You're so soft spoken today. Oh yeah, well. There might be reasons for that, cryptics. let's just take a little Bob Ross in here, yeah? Oh, there's a happy little accidents all over the place. Yeah, I haven't been functional today. I still got a bit of it left. Lancing through the right side of my skull. But it's at least I'm functional now. Well, some manner of functional, as opposed to what I've been for the rest of the fucking day. Oof. Yeah, sure. Yeah, overindulged maybe a little bit yesterday. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. If you were around when C was playing and I came home, I did pop by and say hi, and I swear to God, I had such a hard time writing on the keyboard. It's one of those moments, moments of clarity, where you're fully aware of just how fucking drunk you are. Like, this is not how things are supposed to work. Well, this isn't very good. This isn't very professional. Shit, I should go to bed. You know what? How have I been sitting straight for the past few hours? Weird. Yeah, it was fun though. Last night we polished off the education program. That was the last little bit of it. So now I am quite thoroughly and not quite officially finished with the program. We still have a little bit of a quote-unquote ceremony next Friday. But as far as everything that I need to do for the education program, I'm done. Which feels nice. Yeah, you only polished off the education program. That's why the hangover. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens when you finish a program. You just magically become smashing drunk. And also, I would like to say thank you so much also for the resub, bud. Holy shit, 16 months? That's a lot of months, bud. That's so many months. If you put all of those months in a neat little row, it'd be 16 long. And that's a very long month. Yeah? So thank you so much for that. And tonight, we're gonna carry on with more Silent Hill F. I have no idea of how long this thing is in its entirety. This is gonna be the third session. Silent Hill 2 we managed to pop off in 10. Yeah, I don't know. I'm enjoying it so far though. Most recently on Silent Hill F, the love triangle took a turn, which means that our friend, our friendliest friend, Rinko, pushed us down a flight of stairs so that we would not horn in on her bae. Unbeknownst to her, maybe, is that we already did. So, joke's on her, I suppose. It's, we kind of saw it coming, right? The whole scarecrow situation was all about Rinko's communication not Rinko's communication maybe, but about Rinko's relationship to Hinako. And curiously enough, I wonder how much of the interaction we have between the town itself, the Silent Hill that's coming for us, and our actual buddies are real interactions. Uh, what do I mean by that? Well, remember in the beginning when we encountered the friends where they casually threw traitor at us? I wonder if those words actually said from the characters, or if it's sort of Silent Hill coming in as a membrane in the conversation and just sort of leeching off of Hinako's fears about how her friends are going to behave towards her, and then playing that back to her, like torturing her with teenage angst, essentially. I do not know how much of that there is, but I'm getting a hint that there is some amount of it. So it's not necessarily Rinko. I mean, Rinko pushes down the stairs, but it's not necessarily Rinko who wrote those messages on the scarecrows, or influenced or projected the messages, but rather our anxiety about what Rinko might think of us, that Silent Hill makes use of and reflects that back on us. Now, the standing question, at least in Silent Hill 2, has always been how much of Silent Hill is manifestation, projection, and reflection, right? How much psychology is there to how Silent Hill behaves? How much in our own head is it? Or how much is Silent Hill using what's in our head to torture us with? Silent Hill 2 makes a great case that is so. It is essentially it's a psychological torture chamber. Silent Hill 1 wasn't, really. What happened in Silent Hill 1 kind of actually did happen. It was just, this town sucks. It's like a Venn diagram of hell. But there was very little emotional and psychological manipulation of, at least, what was it, Harry, I believe? The main character in that game. As opposed to James in Silent Hill 2, where it was a tremendous amount of psychological torturing. Question is, how much of that is present in Silent Hill F? Not only is Silent Hill F removed from most of the Silent Hill games by years and years and years and decade, but then again, Konami also published Silent Hill 2 Remake just a year ahead, which would seem to suggest that we are supposed to read Silent Hill F in concert with Silent Hill 2. That we should keep in mind how Silent Hill 2 worked for us to understand properly F. Now, that's sort of metagaming the analysis a little bit, but I do think there is some of that stuff in there. So let's swing ourselves over to the game, shall we? Come on, buddy. I know you can do it. I have faith. There we go. Here we are. Swing ourselves over to game view. God. Ah. Oh. My neck, my soul, my entire body. Ugh. Yeah, sorry, I am joining, but, despite the fact that I've been essentially vertical the entire day, I don't feel like I've had any fucking sleep or rest, so, bear with me. Bear with me. So how are you all doing? How's chat doing on this little, what is it, Thursday? Yeah, it's Thursday, right? Oh. How are you all? The week's almost over. How do you feel about that? What do you got on your main monitor right now? Here we are. Why are you not working, sir? Oh, I probably haven't activated the thing. There we go, now it's working. Right, and so last time Rinko pushes down the stairs and we are left in this other world again that seems to have some sort of a connotation of the afterlife, or some spirit life, or spirit world at least. What with the temple architecture of it, the marshland or progressive like waters all around us kind of thing, and the overall fucked upness of this entire place. So what are we doing? We have to kind of go in here, I think. Have we been down there yet? Yeah, I think we have. Supposedly somewhere. Is it there? There might be a weapon for us somewhere. What was that? That thing? Can I? Oh, I can't. We need to put something there. All right. Well, let's go. How's our inventory looking? That's not the inventory I'm looking for. There we go. We do have the little dagger. That's nice. Good for us. And right. Oh. Hi, Colleen. How are you? Hope you're doing well. I should probably put up some sort of actual alert when the sing mode comes on. But first, before we do that, I want to do a little shout out to Colleen Masters. Hi, Colleen. Good buddy of the channel. You should totally go check out Colleen if you haven't already. Colleen is currently playing Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. How's the head? Oh, God. I've been absolutely knocked on my ass tonight. Or today. Fuck. Absolutely knocked out. There's still a little bit of migraine left. And, you know, even when the migraine's gone, you feel just absolutely wrung out. You know, it's like so we're gonna take it a little slow and easy here for us tonight. But you did order some singing, so let's do that. Oh God. Why does the sun go on shining? Why does the sea rush ashore? Don't they know it's the end of the world? It ended when you said goodbye. Why do the birds go on singing? Why do these stars glow above? Don't they know it's the end of the world? Ew. It ended when I lost your love. I wake up in the morning and I wonder why everything's the same as it was. And I can't understand. No, I can't understand how life goes on the way it does. Why does my heart go on beating? Why do these eyes of mine cry? Don't they know it's the end of the world? It ended when you said goodbye. Alright, I guess there's nothing for us to do but to get on with it, is it? Hi, cats! Can we request songs to sing to? Generally no, because it would assume that I know it enough that I could sing it properly without accompaniment. So generally I haven't opened that box of worms quite yet. How are you doing, cats? Oh, why are all their faces burned out? That's unfortunate. That's us. Shit. So, Foxman might not be all that good for us. We found some notes that seem to suggest that he wants to eat us. And that's generally not a good thing. Oh, but our picture is still there. Great. Fantastic. Ooh. I still want to hear your break song sung by you. Yeah, I never listened to it though. Inari sculpture. Sculpture of the image of the god Inari. Looks like it might fit somewhere. Oh, somewhere? I wonder where. Where could it possibly fit? Yep, go. Oh, shit. Don't trust them. Yep, people keep saying. So what are the odds of the monster having spawned now that we picked that shit up? It's been... Break song? Oh, cats haven't heard the break song? I usually run ads during the break, so, you know. But, yeah, there's a break song. It's very good. Mac made it for us. But I never listened to it, so... I don't really know it. Feels like we're about
Except kids falling off bikes, maybe. Fuck, I could watch kids fall off bikes all day. I don't give a shit about you kids.
I didn't remember that was the voice line to gifted sub. Thank you so much, Cryptix, for the gifted sub. Cats, hopefully you get to enjoy it now. Oh god, that voice line, that clip, so good, man. Letterkenny's so good. Okay, so what's the over and under on the monster spawning now? Plug it in. Oh yeah, secret tunnel. Oh, cutscene. I bet there's not gonna be a monster here. Naginata get. Did we just get stabbed? Naginata. An exquisitely crafted ornamental polearm that is extremely sturdy and is able to be used as a weapon. Woo! Ah, come on, cats, not you two. This is fine. This dismissal of Silent Hill F as not being real Silent Hill, I still haven't heard a good argument for it. I think it's just the internet being pissy, really, is what I'm thinking. Because the Silent Hill 2 remake also had a dodge button, so it could actually do combat, and so that can't necessarily be it. And I just don't see why making the hostile interaction more interactive and actually functional as opposed to the fucking tank controls of the 90s would make it less Silent Hill. It's almost like you're not allowed to innovate on your mechanics. Same as Fallout 3 and 4 are just shooters and not Fallout. It's still Fallout, dude. Just because things change don't make them less the thing that they're, you know, portrayed as being. It's still Fallout. Yeah, your argument saying that there's something fundamental to the IP that isn't allowed to be changed or moved on from, I don't buy it. I don't agree with it. I think that's an emotional response. I don't think it's a factual response. It's gamers didn't get exactly what they thought they wanted, so they are dismissing it as not being what it says on the tin, essentially. Because fact of the matter is, so long as you control the IP, you can put that name on anything, and that's really the only definition that you can run on. You could argue that you prefer certain Silent Hills to other Silent Hills, absolutely. But saying that it's not the thing that it says on the tin, I think you need some pretty fucking solid arguments. They called it a wasteland, but so overpopulated with lore broken that it's just a different place. Then what? A different place than what? But okay, so that's the definition of Fallout, is it? It's not the aesthetics. It's not the idea that the atomic age of the 50s just carried on into the 2000s. So you're arguing that Fallout is not aesthetics, Fallout is not backlore material, Fallout is not a vibe. You're arguing that it's travel time. I don't buy it. Yeah, we will. Oh, Jiminy Cricket. All right, now we got it. Okay, we stabilized. Oh, Jiminy Cricket. Ah, come on, buddy. Oh, what? Wait, did we just get G'd out of the thing? What is this? You argue that it's a different universe. I don't... Hi, Aquila! Hi, gotta get a big... I mean, I gotta have to do a big shouty outy. Shouty outy for Aquila Plays. Welcome in! No, that's incorrectly spelled. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, Aquila. I am a little hungover today. Not even a little. There we go. Big shouty out to Aquila Plays. Good buddy of the channel. Also a writer, by the way. A screenwriter mostly, right, Aquila? You've been playing, I've seen, most recently it's been a lot of Overwatch, but previously you played, I mean, we found each other through playing Clear Obscure at about the same time, right? And, I mean, both of us sort of talk about how the narrative is structured of the things that we play. Welcome in, Aquila. I mean, you've been here before, but it's been a while. Right, how's the game treating us so far? I'm enjoying it, but right now me and Cats are getting into the whole conversation that whether or not Silent Hill F is allowed, quote-unquote, to be considered a Silent Hill. And we're using the Fallout benchmark to, or Cats brought up Fallout as to prove the point. That Fallout 3 and 4 are not real Fallout, and the main argument was, to begin with travel time, and then with that it's not the same universe. And I don't buy it. I don't agree. I do not mind in any way, shape, or form that a Silent Hill is set in Japan. I do not mind in any way, shape, or form that a manifestation of Silent Hill is different, as opposed to the whole rust and flaking paint and that sort of hellscape. Here it's instead flowers and bloom and fungus and it go Kaled. It go big Kaled, you know? And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it tremendously. Bald, oh right, you were playing Darkest Dungeon as well, Aquila. Right, I love that game. I've been thinking about running that. Maybe not a whole playthrough, but I really like Darkest Dungeon, and it would be interesting to talk about it from a narratological perspective. Overwatch has a lot of new stuff. I just recently got into Overwatch and tried it a little bit. But I, again, never played Overwatch before, so I can't really judge whether or not the new stuff it's got that much bang for buck. Let's see your Cats. Yes, for example, if you don't go into depth of lore breaking and details, they change the world scale so ridiculous you just feel like an absolutely different world. I don't buy it. Because all you did in Fallout 1 and 2 were fast travel. You just moved blips on a big map. The actual areas weren't less densely populated, so I don't buy that either. I do agree that pretty much a lot of post-apocalyptic gaming suffer, and we've talked about this, suffers from ludonarrative dissonance, in that humanity is supposed to be on its knees. Why do we go shooting everyone? Like, one raider group of about 10 people that you have to shoot off, that's essentially at least a much bigger part of the world population than it used to be, so maybe not be so slipshod about it. But that's true for Fallout 1 and 2 as well. Fallout 3 and 4, the later Fallouts, the second generation of Fallouts, they're not better about that. They may be a little worse, but fundamentally the problem is still there. You could argue that there are a lot more ways to solve conflict without weapons or death, but I don't really buy that with like the random encounters and shit in Fallout 1 and 2. I don't buy it, and I still don't see how that applies to this game. Sirakila. This reminds me of my rant about the RE movie. People saying it's not like RE. What is to be Resident Evil, right? Yeah, how do you define that then? If you're gonna make that argument so dead-centered, you need to be pretty solid with your definition of what that thing is. The thing that you are only a fan of, not the creator of, right? So there's this idea that fans own the IP or own the material. I mean, sure, I bring up Death of the Author and Roland Barthes here every once in a while, but fundamentally, I think that's bullshit. The fans don't own shit. They don't. And if they think they do, I don't know what to tell you, man. Sorry, I went on a rant there in the middle of your mission statement there, Akila. Does it have to have one of the video game characters in it, or is it the setting, the mood, the survival horror? Silly fans, you mean? I mean, it's the Death of the Author argument. Dragged to some sort of fandom extreme. For everyone who doesn't know, Death of the Author was fundamentally a structuralist argument out of the 60s, I think, from a guy named Roland Barthes, who wrote a neat little thesis. It's like 10 pages or something. I highly recommend reading it. It essentially states that art is created not between a creator and the art piece, but between the art piece and the audience. It's the interaction with art that is artistic. That is to say that once a author or painter or whatever the hell lets go of their material, they're done with it, they let it go, and they let that bit of material engage with an audience, then they essentially shut down their power to own how that thing is supposed to be perceived. Their time with the material is essentially over, and all that is left is for the audience to get what they can or want from the material, and that's where the art is created. Some extent I agree with it, some extent I like that, but taken to the extreme that the fans own an IP or own an aesthetic because they like it, I loathe that from the bottom of my being as an author, right? I don't think anyone who reads my books own my books or what happens to them or how they should progress over my vision for it. Oh, you gotta die, bud. Oh no. I gotta kill you with fire. Maybe we need to refine the messages. Let's see here, Akila. The nerve of the Star Wars fans to make a petition to remake one of the new films because they didn't like it. Yeah, right. Who do you think you are, bud? Like, I understand that there is a feeling of ownership to a piece of media. I understand that fundamentally, that you feel like you own it because the experience with that piece of media is yours. I also understand feeling disappointed when more, or you were or you believed that you were going to get more of the thing you loved, but you got something a little bit different. I understand the feeling, but that feeling doesn't entitle anyone, right? They don't entitle you to dictate what is real and not as far as the genre or the IP or the art on display is. It's just, it doesn't. And sure, Silent Hill F takes some liberties with the Silent Hill format. It does. I don't think necessarily that's wrong. Then again, I never played Silent Hill 3 and onward. I only really played 1 and 2. But just look at the difference between 1 and 2. Right? You could absolutely argue that Silent Hill 2 is not real Silent Hill because the story is not the town. The story suddenly becomes James. Right? The focal point on what you're telling, on the story you're telling, or what influences the gnarly shit around you from Silent Hill 1 and 2 are about as different as it can be. One of them is, oh, you fucked up and ended up in this town that you probably shouldn't be in because the town's fucked, and you are fucked. So the town is going to drag you in and is going to play off a series of torture experiments on you, right? That is fundamentally different. Yeah, right, Cryptex. A bot that is not cheap. Sirakila. I agree that once you put the art into the world, it doesn't matter what you mean by it, or it matters less than what the audience felt by it. But from that to having a sense of ownership and being toxic towards creators, that's just wild. It is, I agree. I think it stems from that. At least I think the death of the author argument feeds that mentality. And I mean, it's also the fact that you grew up the piece of material and you feel ownership of it because it's part of your upbringing. But yeah, I think you'd have to have some pretty fucking solid arguments that aren't simply mechanical or even aesthetical to say that it's not the same thing. You can potentially argue that it's not the same person who made it, but in that case, no game IP is ever the same as its previous installation because, at least in this our day and age, it is so fucking rare that the same developer gets to do the sequel, right? Back in the Interplay days or the Black Isle days, yeah, maybe, when you had those auteur studios, but not today, really. It's not the same people who makes it. And Sirakila. Like, I cannot understand people who went on Twitter sent Laura Bailey death threats because she played Abby in The Last of Us and she killed a beloved character. I mean, yeah, fuck. The people are absolutely insane. Let's see here, cats. I don't feel like I own it. I just feel things are out of whack when they change things like physical measurements and things described, or geography of the world, or rules and history of the said world, and so on. Did they really between Fallout 2 and 3? I don't think they did. I mean, they changed setting. Yeah, they put it in Washington rather than the West Coast. So what? Is the Fallout not supposed to be that? Is Fallout geographically locked to California? What about California makes Fallout? Or for that matter, I mean, that works even better into the Silent Hill argument, right? Anyway, I digress. It's good to be here, though. Yeah, it is good to have you, Akila. Like, sure, the good or the solid argument here, or the solid one, for the Silent Hill, this is not a real Silent Hill, would be that Silent Hill refers to a town, thus a place. And thus, since this is set not just in Japan, like 40 years earlier than any of the other Silent Hills, but also in a town that is distinctly not Silent Hill. It's Ebisugaoka, that. At the top of the list there. Yeah, sure, it's actually, literally not Silent Hill. But we have also kind of learned that Silent Hill is not just a place. Or at least it seems so if you argue that Silent Hill 1 and 2 are still like fundamentally connected. If Silent Hill 2 is a real Silent Hill game, then in that case you've already given up the argument that Silent Hill is just a town. Because the town of Silent Hill 2 and the town of Silent Hill 1 are not the same at all. At all. Nor do they function the same. At all. They do not have the same cosmological trappings and cosmological gears. So they are fundamentally different places. The only similarity between them is the name and kinda how it manifests its fucked up shit. Not how, but you know, the whole Rust gimmick kind of thing. And that is also changed here. But the changes, I think, still function, at least on the Silent Hill 2 gear, where the fucked upness, the Silent Hilledness of the thing, feeds off of the character and feeds off of the culture. And that, I think, fits. The Rust and the monsters of Silent Hill 2, they existed because they actually interacted with James. It's sort of a refraction and a reflection and a feedback loop from James. Here, that is from Hinako. Hinako she's not projecting this, but this Silent Hilledness is using that to manifest itself. So all of the manifestations of Silent Hill comes from the character. And since characters are not the same, then the manifestations are not going to be the same. In Silent Hill 2, it was all about toxic masculinity and well, toxic masculinity and guilt. Here, instead, we have puberty and interpersonal connections and fucking love triangles and puberty and shit, you know? That's gonna manifest differently from a teenager, no less, instead of a white cis guy. So this fits better with Silent Hill 2 than Silent Hill 1 or 3 did, fundamentally. It's just that there's a graphical overhaul, there's a historical context that's different, and of course you have the dodge button, but then you got that from Silent Hill 2 as well. So let's see, let me catch up. Shit, I also digress and get on my soapbox. Let's see your cats. No, they have Shady Sands, for example, in the old games and in New Vegas. Yeah, but New Vegas stands. You didn't argue New Vegas. You argued Fallout 3 and 4. And besides, actually, Shady Sands. Number one, New Vegas takes place like 100 years or so after Fallout 2, I believe. Maybe not 100, but a decent amount of time after. Which means that the town will change, right? London of the 1600s is not the same as London in the 20s, right? So that I don't mind that either. Sure, it is more difficult to grab onto the material of previous generations that they ever written and try to make something new out of that, but you kind of have to at that point. Let's see your cryptics. I think Bethesda moved it to the East Coast exactly for that reason. Yeah, from what I understand, they didn't want to be bogged down with old lore, so they wanted a space where they could do something else. They could do their own thing, essentially. Sira Aquila. I cannot give an opinion on Silent Hill because I haven't played it, but in my opinion, once something becomes a franchise, it is not necessarily bound to a geographic location, even if it's a fantasy location. I mean, okay, hey, look at Fable. Like, I haven't played a lot of Fable myself, but look at Fable. Is that even the same world? I don't think it is, right? Is it? I don't think it is. Cryptics. And New Vegas was made by a lot of old Fallout devs, at least from what I heard. Yeah, they brought back some of the old Black Isle team, I think, or Interplay team. Some of it. But again, not the exact same. And here comes the problem with ownership as well, when you have a collaborative effort like, which a video game absolutely is. It might be the most collaborative art installation that we have available to us. How are you going to argue when you switch out individual devs, even within a studio, between different installations? How much of... it's like the developer studio Theseus, right? How many of the parts of the dev team do you need to switch out before you should consider it a different team? And if it's a different team, is it the same author behind it? Probably not, right? I mean, books are easy, right? Mostly books are written by one fucking guy, so they can own it in totality, but you can't really do that with games, nor with movies, or a lot of collaborative efforts, you know? So how does that argument work? I think the argument this is not a real Fallout, that this is not a real Silent Hill, I'm not going to argue that I'm not going to say that the argument cannot be made. I'm not going to say that the argument cannot have validity, but I think you're going to have to argue it pretty fucking well. And so far, I haven't heard it. I've read changed scenery, changed form of manifestation, and better combat mechanics. And having better mechanics for a thing, do you really want the old tank controls for the old Silent Hill days? I sure shit do not, you know? I very much do not. Alright, let's take a look at this. So, what actually is this? Oh, this is just background shit. Okay, there was this one time where I played hide and seek with a bunch of my friends when I was young. I got so excited and ran far away because I didn't want anyone to find me, and eventually got lost around here. I was sobbing and hollering and walked the wrong way for hours, actually. I was told later that it was the exact opposite direction of my house. Even a town as small as this felt huge for me as a kid. I realized that I knew nothing about the town, even when these fields seemed spread out endlessly into the horizon. I walk this path every time I go to Rinko's, but to be honest, to this day I'm still scared that I might get lost. I mean, I've been told that you should probably just ask an adult for directions if I get lost, but then I remember that one time when I walked on the footpath of the rice fields for fun and got smacked by an old farmer all of a sudden. Fucking asshole, man. The trauma for that experience made me scared of adults, back then, even to this day. What I wanted to check out was... Oh, we have more monsters? Oh, right. The scarecrows. Okay. A moving scarecrow, or at least a monster that pretends to be a scarecrow. It is dressed in the old clothes and looks like a crucified corpse from far away. Contrary to its name, it scares more kids off than crows. It cuts them open, it does. Start shopping. And then Dark Shrine, and here we have the Lance Girl. Great. A monster that possesses a sharp blade for legs. Oh, is she fencing with her legs? Did someone sever both of its legs and replace them with such a disturbing things couldn't go anywhere? That feels like the birds in Elden Ring. Was this creature brought into existence just so that it could end up like this? Good question. I do think that these monsters, in large parts... Oh, we had another. Oh, right, that thing. In large parts, are representations of something in Hinako's mind. I think these things are essentially the self-mutilated versions of what women become when they accept their general or the traditional gender role, I believe. For one thing, I saw the cut-up of the cesarean section kind of thing, and they're sort of stitched together so they have to smile and stuff. It feels like this is the representation of a woman who subjected herself to the traditional gender role that Hinako so fears. This one, what would that be then? Kids, they wearing school uniforms. Malicious dolls in a field. Sort of representing schoolyard bullying, I guess. And then we have Big Blurby. A giant repulsive lump of flesh that is filled to the brim with a maniacal anger. It howls awfully as it swings its large knife in any which way direction. Its unfettered anger is no different from that of a wild animal. No, it's far worse than that. I think this is just men or boys during puberty. I think, sits popping up everywhere. They have found the only tool in their box is a knife, or from a Freudian perspective, a dick, and they're just swinging that around whichever way they go. Also playing grabby hands with the girls. I think this is just a male puberty kind of thing, considering it's filled with the puberty, the effect. Right? And also it came about when we had the interaction with Shu, right? Question is though, we said this could be Mom. Well, what is this then? The girl with blades for legs. I guess we gotta have a look at her. So that's a stick, poke, and... Oh, that's a long hitty. Okay. Right. Well, we got the Naginata. I kind of knew we were going to get the Naginata. Fun fact, I mean, I've been arguing that this game is all about gender roles, and Hinako rebelling against that. Fun little tidbit: the Naginata was considered a female weapon, like kind of gender coded. It was the weapon that women were supposed to protect the homestead in case of attack of. It's fairly strongly coded female in Japanese culture, from what I understand. Maybe incorrect. If I am, please correct me. So it is kind of interesting that that's the big stick that she has come across, despite the fact that she, hypothetically wants to rebel against female stereotypes. Okay. Oh, well, is that Moonlight? Probably. Serial cryptics. Well, yes, but also samurai monks, also certain types of women. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that it was only women who used the Naginata, but it was female coded from what I understand during the Sengoku Jidai. Or after, maybe, I don't know. Well, this looks like a boss fight. So I do... To be fair, I do prefer the Rust bullshit Otherworld over this.
やっと着いた。
Over the traditional, well, traditional, but the other Silent Hills. But I am open to the fact that this is, again, shifted in a cultural context, and probably in all honesty means more like this in Japanese context than the Rust bullshit would. This key is the same as the one before. Same as the one before.
ダメだ。開かない。
And I'm supposed to put something in your fucking mouth, am I? Yeah. Serial killer picture. I mean, it's a weapon unless a fan with a knife.
こっちだよ。
サクコ？
Oh no, that's probably not great. I mean, it's a weapon unless a fan with knives putting blades on sticks is quite universal. Oh yeah. Yeah, but there are also, I mean, just because it's a sharp stick essentially doesn't mean that it couldn't grow cultural context. And this being some sort of a depiction, I think, of the spirit world. This idea of the never-ending field of water and lanterns floating on top of it. That I think, from a visual perspective, that is closely associated to the afterlife. In not just a Japanese context, but definitely in a Japanese context. Moshi mosh! Oh, I love that move. Okay, I don't wanna aggro. So what do you have? Oh, okay, you're not aggroing? Oh, bad. Oh, Jiminy Cricket. Guess I don't need to do the big whammy attacky. Technically. That was a counter attack. Counterable, by the way. Oh, you fucko. No, I wanted to. Oh, come on! I'm getting stuck on geometry. This is Dark Souls. Oh, fuck! This is Dark Souls! Oh, that was another counterable. I need to get better at that. No, too early. Ah, oh, fuck, too late. I mean, fuck. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm gonna die. Squirrel? Geometry for fucking out loud, buddy. There we go. That's a counterattack. Oh. I would have liked to look at you, get you a proper look at you. Oh well. Are you gonna wither away, or are you about to respawn? Shit, they may be respawning. Can we pop a little pill too? Lanterns? What is that symbol? What are those leaves? Anyone know? Ooh, a Mamori. Greatly decreases focus charging time. Oh, well, we never focus because we go insane. So, Sakuko went full puberty on us. What is she doing here, you think? Or is it just Silent Hill mocking us? Can't understand. Ooh. At this point, we need to go back and offer some shit. Alright. Oh, fuck! Gotcha. Ah, fuck! There we go. Ah, shit. Right. Oh. Oh, fuck. They do respawn, I think. Go on. Go through. Sneak C. Hi, Ominous! Loud Valley and better. Me? I think we have had enough, quite enough of male angst for a while.
ショコ
Oh shit.
こんなところに
Is that what this is? Okay. After James. Post James. Hi, Ominous! How are you doing, buddy? Also, I watched this on mobile Wi-Fi. Got some solid 144p quality due to it being poor. What, the Wi-Fi or the video? I should give you a big old shouty outy though, buddy. Big old shouty outy to Ominous Blaze, also good buddy of the channel. You should go check him out. Most recently, fuck, we've been through this. What are you playing? Shit, I'm forgetting. I'm so forgetful. Realizing it's hard to keep track on what other people are doing. Oh, Wi-Fi poor. Oh, well, at least you're here. Even though the quality turns to horse manure. Letter! Housemate's note, February 15th. Why do we have a date on this? Why is that relevant? There can be no two ways about it. The family is indeed cursed, and I am the only one who knows the full story. I must tell the master all I know, for if I do not, the curse will certainly befall me as well. May the gods have mercy on me. Okay, I don't know what that is supposed to help us understand, but alright. All the secret arts, medicines come to us, spirit and flesh. Wait, what? Okay. Family physician's log, February 1st. Symptoms at onset are follows: headache, fever, vertigo, chills, vomiting, diarrhea. First, I believe signs point to a seasonal cold. That's not generally. That's not really a seasonal cold. That's not generally a seasonal cold, my dude. However, after prescribing medicine, symptoms did not improve. In fact, they worsened. Yeah, because you're a quack, dude. Oh, fuck. Oh, bugger. The crimson spring gushing from the womb. Deep within is the Shimizu family.
これうちのこと
Crimson flood from the womb, eh? Almost like puberty. Let's see here, Ominous. Late in responses. I'm good. How is you? You're playing Stardew, right? And I think I sent this message twice since it's failed to send. Oh, I see it up there. Yeah. You're behind on stream. Yeah. I see it. I see the other one. You're playing Stardew. Stardew Valley is such a good game. Such a good game. The ritual is held the Igarashi clan, last descendant. I'm not sure what you want me to get away from any of this. Not enough. The honorable blood, fill it up, make it full, otherwise. Still don't know what the fuck you're on about, my dude. Family physician's log, February 8th. The patient's conditions are declining suddenly and rapidly. Symptoms are as follow: labored breathing, cognitive impairment, quadriplegia, involuntary movements. In addition to these, an even stranger symptom has arisen. The patient's facial features appear to be redeforming. That's syphilis. That's neurosyphilis. The patient's faces remain stuck in expressions of constant strain, their teeth bare, their eyes narrowed into a menacing glare. Are you gonna try to argue a quote-unquote reasonable explanation of the monster design? I hope not. Ads are coming up, chat. Survive them. I'm just gonna roll on. I'm not lacking for drink.
こっちだよきなこ
咲子咲子なのどこ
Thought I would be able to read that. Oh well. But I will, give the game this, I don't know, give the critiques this. I do not feel nearly as unnerved or anxious playing this as I did Silent Hill 2. Don't know if that's nostalgia from my side, or if it's because I'm missing the radio, I think. But I'm not feeling the same stress. The wish to have one's romantic desires fulfilled is as old as humanity itself. Consequently, there have existed many arts by which people attempt to make such dreams come true. One such method was to employ a sorcerer, known as a yugonshi, to perform an incantation written in the Enmi Yugonroku. After such spells were suspected of causing chaos and turmoil in the imperial court, their practice was expressly forbidden under Euro Code in the first year of the Tempio Hoji era, 757 AD. However, these incantations were later adopted into the practice of Onmyodo. No fucking idea. Where their effects continue to be studied according to multiple sources. Powerful romantic spells that have been successfully cast are often accompanied by the scent of sandalwood. Okay. Okay. Another body. We need to find another shrine so we can offer some shit. Drugs! A lot of drugs out here, man. So where's that gonna empty out, you think? Where's the monster? Around the corner. Yeah, hi there! Bonk! Oh, come on, bullshit. Do your thing. Do your thing. Oh shit, it wasn't a thing. Gee, mini cricket. And another one. And another one. Oh, come on, fuck you. No, too early. Oh, got him. Oh shit, didn't think I would do that. Is it dead? I'm beginning to think they don't die. Whew. Hi, Ominous. You were having a good time yesterday. Yeah, I was so fucking drunk when I came in last night. I haven't been that drunk in a long time, I tell you what. Bouge moi. I have been feeling correspondingly shitty today, though, so you know. And rare, now I think we are full in our inventory, which sucks. Yeah, 9 out of 9. Yeah, I was proper sloshed. I had such a hard time typing. Such a hard time typing. But it was fun. I got to meet a dog yesterday. A good dog. They're all good dogs. This one was a very good dog. He's around the corner, right? Oh, you fucking bastard. There we go. Who came up with the idea of adding fucking parries to this thing? Oh, Jiminy Cricket. I have a nagging suspicion that they might respawn. Hey there, girl. You wanna go? Oh, she doesn't. Oh, shit. Good for me, I suppose. Was there anything back here? No pixie upsies? Alright. No. Hi, Finnick! Hello there. Hello there. How you doing, buddy? How's your, How you been? I'm feeling absolutely staggered. How was your conference? Are you not engaging with me? Okay, well, you know what, that's fair. That's fine. I don't mind. You're carrying on with your business, yeah? I hope I can pick this up. I cannot. Which means I really want that shrine.
早く早く
Oh, great. Okay. Do we want to run back, all the way back, and sacrifice shit? What's the over and under on us running into a shrine here somewhere? It was good. Lots of intellectual talks and inspiring spirits. Inspiring, imbibing spirits, or I don't like the skitter. How fast they move or can move. You know what, let's run back. Fuck it. It's experience points. Can't just leave that lying around. Not a big... They do respawn. Or do they? Or do they just...
帰った不死身か
Move, girl! Okay, so they do respawn. Great. Now we know. It's whatever I wanted to be. Fantastic, buddy. I was so drunk last night, bud. Whew! So you ready to get back into Amori on Sunday, bud? I want to do more Amori. Okay, which means that we might have more friends up here. Yeah. Yeah. And there's another one. Hey, you wanna go? No, shit! Oh my that hurts! Stop, 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 stop! Yeah, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Oh, perfect. Pay no attention to me. Lady, go away! Go away! Oh, there's a shrine. Great. I missed that entirely. Oh well, great. Perfect. And shrine all of the shit I'm carrying. Boom. And do we want to pray? Do we want to up something? We should, right? Health? Healthy? Healthy. Healthy. Yeah, healthy. Let's get a little healthier. And then record. A record. Where are we? Here we are. Here we are. Yeah, I don't care as much for this as another world thing in comparison to the other Silent Hill stuff. And if anything, that I would argue this set of this thing, or this Silent Hill F, does differently enough to maybe provoke a little, not ire, but a little bit of an opinion that it's kind of lost a smidge of its Silent Hillness, is the lack of the radio. That radio is such a staple of how Silent Hill separated itself from other games of its like Resident Evil, for example, with how it built anxiety through the knowledge that there's something bad around, but I don't quite know where. Atmosphere spookiness gone. I don't agree, cats. Lack of guns. I don't think guns is what makes Silent Hill. Actually, if anything, I think when you get a weapon, any horror game is no longer a horror game if you want to be real absolutist about it. And darkness is not really what sets Silent Hill apart. Most of Silent Hill has never been about darkness. It's the other world, if anything, I suppose, that had darkness in it, to any degree. But otherwise, it's the mist. Not so much the darkness itself. These counterattacks are a little bit weird as well, but again, making hostile interactions suck less. I mean, anything that empowers the character is generally bad for the horror experience. Are we gonna? Whoop, yeah, we are. It's just that you're gonna take your time doing it. Ah, fuck! I'm missing it. There we have him. You could argue that this is just as dark as... Ah, come on. Just as dark as... Oh, shit! I'm stuck. There we go. Just as dark as the overworld. Or otherworld. I keep saying overworld. But the otherworld of Silent Hill. But again, this fits better with the setting. Probably. It fits better with Himoko. Oh, shit! Should be enough? Yeah, there we go. Got him. Ooh! Ah, oh, come on! Really? Alright, well, fine. Boop, boop. And... yeah, let's just save. Boop, boop. It's a bit shame that we don't get to bring this Naginata with us, but oh well.
Sakuko? そっちにいるの?
You know that's probably not going to be Sakuno, right? Or is the argument that once you enter puberty, you're as good as dead? You got one foot in the spirit world?
Sakuko?
Disembodied voice as well. Yeah. What is that? Stone orb. Seems to be made from the same material as the stone key as the fox mask had given to me. Maybe it has a similar purpose. Yeah, maybe. I never played Silent Hill 3. I understand people liked it, but I never touched it. I felt like Silent Hill 2 was, you know, primo, and I don't know, I fell off it. Oh no, 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 no. Could you
逃げなきゃ。
get out of my fucking way? Run, run, run as fast as you can. I don't like this place. No, you need to girl! Fucking move it! I asked you kindly to fucking move it.
早くきなこ
What are these?
すっごいよここ
Hate these things.
ここは
Hate those things. Ow, my head, my head, my head. Stop, 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 stop. Let me run. Let me go. No, shit. Oh, heck. Maps all heck to heck. Chad.
きなこ私を一人ぼっちにして
We're getting smack talk, Chad.
ごめん。ごめん
Smack
ね。
talking us.
一人は嫌だよ寂しいよ
You don't want to be alone by yourself? Yeah, okay. I mean, that's right. Oh, come on, stop! There we go. Yeah, you just plug it in the mouth. Yeah, shove it in there real good. Yeah, shut the door on puberty. Shut it out. And then kill Fox Guy because he probably sucks. Just shove that Naginata through him. Bizarre monster that looks like a bunch of celluloid dolls intertwined. Each of these dolls was most likely from some child's best friend. To think that it would appear like this in my nightmare. So, she has described the celluloid doll that she has as being a representation of, or did she herself describe that? I think she did. That it sort of represents, you know, the traditional family role of the woman, right? Curly hair, fine dress, and these dolls are absolutely designed to sort of shunt gender roles on top of people. Would this then be a representation or a manifestation of the collective pushing that role forward? It's just this body horror stack of these impressions or these what do we call it? Peer pressure. That this is a stack of the representation of the stacking peer pressure of other people's perceptions pushing on you. Also kind of debilitating you by screaming that, projecting that influence outward. I think it might be. That's sort of scans, I find. Sakuko. Sakuko is very in touch with her spiritual side. She seems to always have some god or apparition visiting in her dreams, telling her about this or that. According to Sakuko, there's been quite the supernatural disturbance around Ebisugaoka. Something about an ancient god who's furious about having their followers stolen from them, and now they're out for revenge and whatnot. I'm not sure how I feel about the blend of Japanese folklore or Japanese mythology or folk myth or Shinto or whatever it is into the whole cosmology of Silent Hill. But then again, it is staples in Silent Hill 1. Silent Hill 1 was also all about, you know, reawakening an old god. So, blessed hand mirror. When taking fatal damage from normal attacks, this mirror will break instead. Oh, it's one of those. Okay. Bandage, nice. Shrine. Oh, that's more first aid kit. We have so much first aid kit though, and they take an entire fucking stack on their own. How's our health? Maybe we can pop something. Burn an entire first aid kit on that? Ugh. Limited inventory space is another one of those poopy things, but it is absolutely survivor horror staple. Survivor horror staple. There we go. What are we doing over here? I mean, I guess we could just pop one of these. I just grab it. Fuck it. There we go. And take a drug. One drug, please. One generic drug, please. Is that Mr. Foxman? Who wants to eat our lips? He's very possessive about it. Or is it Hinako's in her priestly vestments? Or temple vestments? Probably not going to be the Sakuko you want to see. Oh, is it just that didn't that's not tears, right? That's some. Oh, you do not look great. This is what happens when you hit puberty, guys. Beware of puberty. Oh, really? The fuck?
Sakuko?
Shit. Stop. Oh, that was okay. So that is parryable. Poke. Oh, come on. But I did, though. That's parryable. Oh, fuck. Why, though? No, shit. That's incorrect. Heal, heal, heal. Stop. Oh, come on. Oh, no, don't kiss me. Ah, no. Stop. Stop making out with me. We're friends. Shit, come on. Fuck. Heal again. Come on. Bullshit. It's all bullshit. Stamina. Waka. Ah, come on! She looks absolutely fucking grody, though. Good design. Oh, no, come on, game! Stab. finally. You want to give me a kiss? Oh, that's... I don't wanna.
どうして戦わなくちゃいけないの？ここはまだきなこが来る場所じゃない。
Stop doing that! I mean, guess I'm going insane. What's your excuse? Ah, oh, come on. I framed. Ah, oh, come on. My God, we're playing poorly. Oh, I thought you were gonna hit me there. Do another band of juice. Ooh, tight. Oh, come on. I was under her arm. No, woo! No stamina. Stamina. Waka waka, stamina. Oof. Are we done? No? No! She hugged me, kissed me long time. No, stop! Stop! It's so disgusting. Come on. I do like the motif of the character design, right? It's very good. Something sacred about it. I guess it is, again, the traditionalism on display here, right? Oh shit, I'm fucking up. Ah, God. Such a good design. Can we stop? Can we never then do this? Oh, come on! Dude, you're a piece of shit, bud. Look, Hinoko needs to watch some Sailor Moon. Dude, you're an evil spirit. Yeah, this fox guy I'm not big on. Hopefully he's gonna be blended in well. He's supposed to be, or hypothetically he could be some sort of a local deity. There is strong indication that he is very possessive of us and wants to eat us. And this is just hot guy facade action. I guess he's a kind of a Japanese guy version of Maria, in a way. Also, I do believe that he has some... his depiction does sort of put him a little bit as a psychopomp. That is to say that he fills the role of a guide to the underworld, to the land of the dead. This entire otherworld segment seems... it's suggested to be at least one of the ways to the land of the dead, or maybe part even of the land of the dead. Which I find a little odd, but then again, we did use the term hell several times as we played and analyzed Silent Hill 2, so maybe that's just cultural bias talking, thinking that this depiction is weird when our hellscapes in Silent Hill 2 weren't, but we take that shit for granted, we take that depiction for granted more so than this, Shinto-esque version. Maria may not have cast Force spells, but she sure casts Suggestion on us a lot. Let's see here, Finnick. Traditionally, Inari was not associated with death, but this could be a local belief. Yeah, Inari, is that an actual god? From what I understood, Inari is it just means fox. It's just a word that means fox. Whether or not, it is Shinto, well, there we go. Whether or not foxes generally are associated to death, I do not know. They're tricksters, right? And more often predatory tricksters than they are helpful ones, right? The Kitsune myth is generally not a beneficial spirit, right? From what I believe. It's just that it's hot, so people have made it friendly on occasion. But it's just I don't know if you saw the first session, Finnick, but the first time we went to the other world, he literally gave us a lantern and asked us to follow him through this place, and there were scrolls on the rock saying, or closely suggesting, that this place is at least a path to the land of the dead. So I don't know, he seems to be performing the role of guide for us in this place, which would seem to suggest that he has some sort of a psychopomp portrayal at the very least.
払えばいいだけのことだ。行こう。
But again, we shouldn't trust him. Or our trusty celluloid doll tells us that we shouldn't trust him.
この先は神聖な領域だ。私も君も汚れは持ち込めない。ここで汚れを落とす。
Hinako, you don't want to ask questions of why the fuck we're here at all? Dude, brother, she's a teenager. She's not gonna get clean from a little bit of worship at a shrine, buddy. Should have asked someone at the conference about this. Yeah. I mean, from a Shinto perspective, I think this game does draw a lot on the work that you do, Finnick. But again, it's so Shinto coded that it's hard for me, at least, considering I know very little about it, other than that it has animist ideas to it, attached to it. That I can't begin, man. I cannot even begin to properly do it. I can just sort of read what's on the page here, but not the cultural context itself. But I would think that despite me not having as close of a emotional or anxious interaction with this other world, that is this temple structure, this spirit land structure, as opposed to the rust and the fucked upness hell of the traditional Silent Hill over Otherworld. I do think it is appropriate that they actually use the culturally associated versions of whatever the hell this is, as opposed to just doing the same thing. Let's say that Silent Hill is this sort of parasitical, demonic thing, not demon as in hell, but demonic as in spiritual, or malevolently spiritual thing, that sort of attaches to certain people, and drags them and their environment into this halfway world, feeding off of their anxieties or worries or sins or whatever you want, to either make them grow or give them opportunity to grow, force them under very certain circumstances to grow, or just torture them. That certainly fits with the Silent Hill 2 aesthetic. Doesn't fit so well with the Silent Hill 1 aesthetic, and I haven't played the others, so I wouldn't know about them. But with that mindset, with the Silent Hill 2 mindset, which I think we are supposed to read this Silent Hill effect as, considering Konami just gave us a remake of Silent Hill 2 like the year before this came out. So they had planned that release schedule, right? Absolutely had planned it. Which means that, of course, that entity, that malevolence, would use the cultural trappings of the people that they attach to, right? Which, in this case, wouldn't be the rust, great hell that James experiences, but rather something else. And it fits if Hinako's battle is with traditional gender roles and her budding future as a young woman as she progresses into adulthood. Having maybe not that hell, but having that other world reflect essentially the bastion of traditional values as being sort of a religious structure, a temple structure, that fits, that works. It's just that it doesn't carry the same anxiety triggers for me as, number one, a person who doesn't have, well, to the same extent at least, don't have to fear traditional structures as much as a young girl in 1960s Japan. But also, I am left behind the trappings of church from what is relevant to me for so long that it just doesn't really, there's no traction between me and this. Well, at least a lot less traction. Well, and that's fine. That is fine. Every game does not need to be made exclusively to my tastes and prejudices. What right hand, left hand, face or mouth, spit? I wonder if you're gonna have to do this manually. You sure, bud? Doesn't look like it. So what do we have there? We have anxiety over the notion that this cleansing material or the cleansing waters are actually going to hurt us. Pretty good depiction of Hinako's fear that she is not good enough. That there's something wrong with her, right? Hi, Garotech! Welcome in, buddy. Oh, shit. Just spit it out, girl. Just spit it out. Don't trust the fox, man. She told you. Time and time again, she told you. Don't trust the fox, man. We can't even know for certain what he says. Welcome in, Guy to Tech. How's gaming? Yeah, I'm enjoying this one. I'm enjoying it. It's a little weird. It takes some liberties, but I don't think that's a problem. At least not to, well, at least not to the extent that some gamers think it's a problem. I miss the radio, I think. I think the radio was a lot of what made Silent Hill different and good when it came to survival horror. Not massive on the RPG elements, the whole level up and offerings and stuff, but I don't mind it tremendously. But overall, yeah, I like the thematic structuring. I like what it's doing and the the subject matter and how it talks about the subject matter, which is essentially the craft, as it were, dealing with traditional gender roles, puberty, and all that. How familiar are you with the Silent Hill series? I played the first and the second one way back, 25 years ago? I think we said we just previously played the remake of Silent Hill 2, and that was 25 years since that came out, so I'm guessing it's a little on top of that for Silent Hill 1. I never actually played 3 and onward. It felt... It didn't... I hear that Silent Hill 3 is fine. I just felt like Silent Hill 2 was pretty much the peak, as it was gonna get. So I'm not familiar with what they did with the setting moving forward. I also never played PT, though you could absolutely argue that PT shouldn't account for anything, considering it was such a Hideo Kojima production. To me, F is the best Silent Hill game since Silent Hill 4. How many other Silent Hill games were there after? There was The Room. Which was The Room? Was that just a spin-off, a side thing? I know about 3, and I think there was such a thing as The Room, but I don't know what else was in there. I know that there was one where you were a prisoner, and there was a prison transport that tipped over outside of Silent Hill, but I don't know which one that was. In total, about 24? What, there are 24 games? Are you... What? No! Fuck Konami.
Hirako!
Yeah.
しっかりしろ!
ドジだね。あんた階段から落ちたん
Oh,
だよ。
you Rinko, you little shithead.
腕、どうした?
あれ、引っ掛けて破いちゃったのかな。
Yeah, that's totally what happened.
特にあざはないみたいだな。痛むところはないか?
Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, oof. Interesting. So, falling, because first time we were through the other world, we didn't meet up with Fox Guy again. We got slam banged back into the real world. And we didn't carry on any damage from the other world to the real world then. Now we actually went through with whatever it was that Foxman wanted us to do in that segment. And what happens is we bring back textile damage. Our uniform is sundered to some extent from it. What does that mean? What does the uniform represent? What is the point of the uniform? It is part identity. It is part... I mean, it is her role as a juvenile to have this uniform on. I guess it could also denote her as still a child, theoretically. And stripping off that uniform means that she's progressively becoming an adult. Or at least, maybe not becoming an adult, but at least losing the vestments of a child. Losing the capacity to pass for a child. And maybe that's what Foxman wants. He wants to take away her childhood. That could fit in with what then Foxman would be representing, like, you know, the predatory interests of men in young girls. And the more she goes along with him, the more of her childhood he strips away. That could fit. See, I gotta take, but not all of them are story focused. Many spin-offs are just gameplay focused, short horror games. All right. Did they ever come to an international audience, or is this something? Because I know that there are Silent Hill pachinko machines that Konami produced instead of PT, at the time when, you know, Konami and Hideo Kojima had their whole thing.
それはよかった。
どうした？
See your cats. Have you played The Room? I have not. That is another one of the Silent Hill games, right? I don't know where to put it. No, I haven't. There was one that was all about freezing cold as well, right? Was that The Room?
行こう。時間を無駄にした。
よし。行こう。
私をちゃんと守ってよ。私、ひなこみたいに強くないんだから。
分かってる。俺から離れるな。
Oh, the love triangle.
目指すは俺の家だ。裏道から山を越え県道に出よう。俺が先頭を行く。相棒はしんがり棒。
分かった。私はシュウ君の後ろにいるね。真ん中なら安心だし。
What a little shit. Yeah, that's a cursed child. And now they're gone. Just absolutely lost in the fog. See here, Gautotech. Konami loves publishing Silent Hill games on as many platforms as possible, so there's one exclusive to the Wii, one exclusive to the PS Vita, and one exclusive... Jesus. They even made one for the Game Boy Advance. They did?! Oh my god. That's kind of fucking stupid, but I do love it. Right, we have journal shit to read. Rinko is a little piece of shit. Rinko is earnest and works really hard. Yeah, sure. But she also tends to get a little too caught up in her own ways of seeing things. She just gaslit us. Hi, Z! Hey there! How you doing? Big shouty outy to double OZ. Good buddy of the channel, one access of the reigning Twitch emerald. Currently in Hollow Knight, deep into Hollow Knight, and also one of the party members of That's So My Daddy's D&D campaign, the Reclamation Project at Raven's Drop. We're in Folk, Sweden. What, Denmark? Or Scania? Where's Folk, Sweden? Oh, IKEA. It's just IKEA. Yeah, IKEA is... yeah, oh, fuck, I got it. I got it. IKEA is on the road to becoming the Swedish embassy, right? You really should just put the Swedish embassy in the same house as IKEA. How are you doing, Z? Are you eating the meatballs? Do you get any herring in there? Waiting for Graham to finish his balls. Do you want to elaborate on that, Z? At all? Do you want to expound upon Graham's balls? Do they float too? Meatballs, duh. Okay. Uh-huh. Once she's come to a conclusion in her head, it can be like pulling teeth to convince her otherwise. And she is convinced that Shu and Hinako are fucking, which they did. So, she's not wrong. Although, we don't know, but I think the implication is, well, the inference is strong that Shu and Hinako fucked. The Room is Silent Hill 4. I just call it Silent Hill 4. Yeah, see, here's the thing, Gautotech. After 3, I think they just dropped the numbers, which made me utterly confused. Made it feel more like they were spin-offs than main installments, but that was back in the day. And since I just, fallen off the bandwagon as it stands. But I did happily play through the Silent Hill 2 remake and thought that was excellent. Really good. Maybe a little less coy about the backstory than the original was. Which, there are things to be said about that. Both good and ill, kinda. Although we're the best of friends now, we've had 2 or 3 huge fights in the past that ended with us not speaking to each other for weeks and weeks. I'm sure we'll end up fighting again in the future, but even if we do, I know we'll be able to make up again. Are you absolutely sure? Formidable foes. Oh, shit, look at that. A monster in the form of Miko, or Shrine Maiden. It sounds just like Sakuko. It swings around a spiked mace and chain. Each swing, the crisp chime of bells ring out. Is this actually Shakuko, or is it just another monster pretending to be her? That was such a good design, by the way. I love the whole halo. I love the idea of the halo not just being a, you know, a optical thing, but an actual little disc that hovers behind him. Yeah, I like that a lot. That was a really cool design of a monster. A lot of the monsters here are really well designed. The actual name is Silent Hill for the room. After that, they dropped the numbers because they disbanded Team Silent after 4. All right, well, yeah. I mean, from what I have come to understood, where are we supposed to go? Up there? Probably. Or up there? Where are we going? Where do we go, my love? Oh well. We're checking this shit first, though. And Konami outsourced the development of Silent Hill games to other countries. Or to other countries, too. I mean, fuck Konami, from what I understand at the moment. Well, at the moment, I don't know, but I paid a little bit of attention to their behavior around the release of Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain, when they were in the gist of breaking it off with Hideo Kojima. And at that point, it seemed like Konami had become essentially a corporate arm of a Yakuza. Just churning out garbage. But that was a long time ago at this point, right? 10 years almost, I think. And since nobody had any idea what to make of the IP, they tried to make their own version of Silent Hill 2. I mean, if you're gonna ape after something, Silent Hill 2 is probably the best bet, right? It's the best one. Well, I don't know, considering I haven't played the other ones, but I like to remember that Silent Hill 2 is considered to be the primo. It's the most well-loved. And it's not an accident that they picked Silent Hill 2 to make a remake out of, right? That's a shrine. Do you know? Let me guess. You're a Scorpio. Silent Hill 3 and 4 were awesome because they did not repeat Silent Hill 2. I think you kind of have to do your own thing if you're gonna do a Silent Hill, which is why this does not bother me at all. I like the idea of Silent Hill being more of a vibe, I suppose, more of a traveling kind of thing, a transient haunting or whatever you want to call it, as opposed to just one town, right? Do not mind it at all. I do miss the radio, though. I do miss the radio. But this aesthetic is great, right? Look at this thing. It's creepy. But yeah, it's not filling me with as much anxiety as Silent Hill 2 did. To some extent, at least, I'm pretty sure that's the lack of the radio. All we hear is Radio Gaga. Yeah, it's an anthology series now. Yeah, and I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I think this is a neat transposition of Silent Hill. Or transference of Silent Hill, whatever you want to call it, you know? This is your first playthrough? Yep. We picked it up. We started it this Sunday. So this is the third session. So, and the first one took a long time. I mean, what we do here on the channel, we're doing literary theory to the games that we play. Which maybe I should have upped that out front. We do literary theory to the games that we play here. We do it to try to figure out how it functions and how it works. So we try to apply the same theories and models and tools that literary theory has. Usually speaking, it's close reading, structuralist analysis, and deconstruction. Whatever's applicable to us. To try to figure out kind of how it's structured and how it works, or doesn't, alternatively. And generally speaking, when a game is working well in that field, when it functions in that way, we usually have a lot of work to do specifically in the beginning. So that first session was essentially just doing close reads of pretty much every scene we had in front of us.
Hinako! こっちだ!
So we usually take our time doing these things.
相棒化け物につけられてないか
問題ない。
シュウ君っていつまでひな子のこと相棒って呼ぶの？相棒なんて呼び方小学生の男子みたい。
Oh, the black tongue,
相
Rinko.
棒は相棒さ俺は相棒を女扱いしてない
Well, at least when you...
そうだな。された覚えもない。
立ち話は
Except for when we
終わりたい
bone down.
行くぞ
Let's see, Gattotech. Oh, sounds interesting. Most streamers don't really care about the story. I think people care about the story, but... Look, another thing that we keep coming back to over and over and over again is that literacy is a grade curve. It's not an either-or binary proposition. And unfortunately, literacy is going down, and part of that is actually reading what is on the page and analyzing what is on the page. I care about it because storytelling and narratology are near and dear to my heart because I'm an author. I'm a writer. So this shit is important to me. And I also think that it is absolutely applicable to a lot of games, not all of them. So I figured that partly to make people pay attention to my own work in the field, I could do this to games. And some of them, this sort of read fits real well to. Or these kinds of reads, I should say instead. Because it depends a little bit on the game. We have another ad break coming up. And we should run that. I'm hearing footy steppies. Oh, see there? Oh, yeah. Hobble, hobble, hobble. Or something wicked. And the monster design in this game is really good. They're really off-putting. But yeah, as to whether or not this game is actually, I mean, scary by whatever definition that is. What is scary, right? What does that mean? Oh, what is this? Hello? Little Buddha guy? And someone put a lot of time and effort into carving you and then just leaving you out here, bud. Changing friendship bracelets with Rinko? Fuck Rinko. She pushed us down a flight of stairs and tried to gaslight it away. Ooh, pipe! Pipe, 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 pipe. I'm not a big fan of the sickle. It doesn't feel like it packs as much of a punch as I'd like it to. It's got good irrigation here, though. Very good irrigation. As a water engineer, I big approve. But we are having an ad break coming in, and maybe I want to take that, because I do want to refill my bevy. And besides, we are halfway through the stream, so it's about time that we do a proper break. So, we're going to take a little breaksies. I'm going to go make myself some more tea. You guys take care of yourselves as well. Cycle your fluids and do whatever you have to, and we will be right back after my tea's done. So until we do, either you get some ads, because fuck, it's Twitch. Sorry. It's the name of the beast. Or, if you don't get some ads, you get some sweet tunes by our good buddy That's a McDaddy. So I will see you all real soon.
Welcome viewers, take a seat. You never know who you'll meet. Stay a bit and have a read. Let J.P.S take the lead. Whether it's my books or one of my poems or games and story, you've come for glory.
Let us dissect this plot. Let us discuss the protagonist. And if we can't cope with it, skita ide blåskåpet.
And don't hold your breath, I'm just an organism. Let's talk postmodernism.
Modernism. Lindberg will be heard. Please don't make me set down my tea. Don't make me sing, please. I'll read you a poem, an excerpt or three.
Thanks for the song, MacDaddy.
Let Let me rate your game's toilet. Is there light and TP? Crowbar smashes TNT. Why do all these bottles scare me? Signalist is in demand. See me return to the Oberdin. Take Max Payne by the hand and catch me in Morrowind. And don't hold your breath, I'm just an organism. Let's talk postmodernism. Modernism. Lindbergh will be heard. Please don't make me set down my tea. Don't make me sing, please. I'll read you a poem, an excerpt or three. This is the break song just for me. Have you seen luck like mine? They say my books are quite fine. Forks on forks to boggle the mind. Sly like a fox, check out the last box. And not to mention hope, love and loss, and just released by me. Check out my latest book, Patchwork Sovereignty. And don't hold your breath, I'm just an organism. Let's talk postmodernism. Modernism. Lindbergh will be heard. Please don't make me set down my tea. Don't make me sing, please. I'll read you a poem, an excerpt or three. The end of the break for me.
Alrighty then, everyone, we are back and around and swinging. Oof, how you all doing? Oh, I'm a little bit. Oh yeah, I'm absolutely tarnished tonight. Oof. Well, why don't I not also take this opportunity while Judith here is settling herself a little bit to tell you about why I'm here. I did mention that I'm an author, I'm a writer, been a novelist for the past over a decade at this point, well over a decade, and I got books to sell ya. Look at this! The black girl with raven hair. She's out. Well, she's been out for about, 6 weeks now, at least. So she's fairly new off the presses still. It is a subversion of the adventure trope set in a post-apocalyptic Nordic folklore setting. So you got trolls and you got Hulder and Vetter and Yardlings and all of that neat shit. Frolicking around in a world post-humanity. Well, at least a world post-human hegemony. So do check her out. You can also read the it is a prequel, but you don't need to read them really in any order yet. The Patchwork Sovereignty, first book in that post-apocalyptic Nordic folklore setting, which I think is really cool, or for that matter, why not a little transhumanist cyberpunk thriller about the spontaneous eruption of sapiens in a bit of gaming code. Does a few things different than most other media along those lines, and I got it out there just as we started to hit that quote-unquote AI conversation in society, which I feel is lacking a few settled and reasonable perspectives to it. So please do check those things out. First link down below is going to get you to J.P.S where you can read more of them and even find out where you can get them. So please do that. And now we're steeping. Finally steeping Judith. Back with fennel tea. Ooh, I just got my weird vial tea, but I really like it. But today is not a very good consumption day. It's been a rough one, man. Oof. Oof. It's a rough one today. So yeah, Silent Hill F. It's a weird little thing. I do like it. I think it aptly tells its story. I did wonder a little bit why Hinako is so adverse to talking about the other world with at least Shu. But I mean, she is a teenager and she's absolutely concerned about what other people say about her, think of her. So maybe that's your standard teenage behavior, not talking about your weird experiences with anyone that you know because you're afraid that they're gonna look at you different. So it might fit, actually. It is a smidge odd, but yeah, you know, I'm gonna stock it up to teenage shenaniganery rather than anything else. A little honey. Add a little honey. Just a little honey. And there we are. Ready to get back into it. Switch ourselves over to game view. Boop. And then make sure that you have sound, and you do, and everything is fine. Okay, so where are we actually going? Are we going up there or down? We're going up, right? Oh, and a little shrine to Inari-san. Inari-sama. Despite the fact that he's a predatory shitheel. That is slowly undressing Hinako through trauma. And the environment is really good. Jams! Jams! Have we been here? Yeah, we have. Okay. Well, I guess we're going north, right? We're going up there, aren't we? I think we are. Head to Shu's house. Where the fuck's that then? Oh, over there? Well, let's head upward first. Hinaka must be working out. She's literally beats monsters to death with pipes. I mean, they do keep telling us that she's a little bit of a tomboy, that she plays more. That's like the first thing we heard her described as. Playing with boys rather than with girls. Oh, yeah, this place isn't fucked at all, is it? Senensugi Shrine Flyer. Let's hold a Jichinzai. Whether you're building a house or pulling it down, digging a well or filling one up, it's all done upon Inari-sama's land. We should show our gratitude to Inari-sama by holding a Jichinzai. Holding a Jichinzai is especially important for wells, lest we forget the ancient tale of a poisonous water dragon that once wreaked havoc until Inari-sama finally sealed it deep underground. Digging a new well is just like opening up an air hole for that terrible dragon, and if we're not careful, we risk facing its wrath once again. That's why we must have a Jishinsai, sure. We did remember having a news clipping saying something about a geyser throwing up a lot of sulfur or arsenic, poisoning, or at least making people fearful that it was going to be poisoning shit. So here we got more of these, what, shoji gates? Right? I'm so bad at Japanese culture. What exactly they represent other than just fancy entryways to key to Sakuko's mailbox. Fucking yeah. Letter to Sakuko's mother. Dear Sakuko. From Sakuko's mother. You must never speak again about how you hear otherworldly voices talking or singing. Puberty is a little difficult time. Yep. For the entire town now. You may hear and see strange things you can't explain. Hallucinations are generally not a part of puberty. I think, right? The same thing happened to me when I was your age. However, it's nothing more than your imagination playing tricks on you. If your friends find out, though, they'll label you the strange girl. Oh, no peer pressure again? They'll abandon you, ostracize you, because round here, once rumors spread, people will never look at you the same again.
郵便受けの鍵
I mean, suppose. The black tongue. There's a lot of the evils of gossip on display here, I feel. Ararare. Drugs? Antique
こ
comb?
こに置いとくなんて
I mean, probably, you know, giving it to the ancestor spirits or whatever the hell, right?
咲子この神社を昔みたいに盛り上げるんだっていつも言ってたな
More stuff. So other than that key, there's nothing here for us. Alright, well. I wish we could get that unlimited durability knife at least, but apparently not. Okay, so that's it up here? Right. Where's Sakuko's house? I guess we're gonna find it eventually, progressively. Here's an interesting read about the stripping of the uniform. So, what does a uniform do? A uniform... Well, for my argument's sake, a uniform does two things. Number one, it makes you part of some sort of a fraternity or other. Whether or not it's military, whether it's a government agency, or whether it's a specific school. Or age cluster. Age demographic. Depending on what the uniform is, of course. And doing that accomplishes two things. Well, at least two things. Number one, that identity, or that unity with a group tends to strip away a bit of a person's individuality. By becoming part of the identity, if you are a part of a team, if you're a part of an organization, the more that organization pushes its own visual profile on you, not just visual profile, but for this sake of the argument, it's visual profile because it's a uniform, then you are part of it. You're sort of subsumed by it, like the Borg, if you want to be extreme about it. Which means that you are a little less an individual and a little more just a soldier or a policeman, a fireman, or for that a doctor or a kid that goes to one specific school. Personally, I am wary of any bigger organization subsuming itself into my identity because I find it that once a large part of your identity is glued onto something other, you're also part of a specific age group. Yeah, I mean, that we just mentioned that the stripping of the uniform might be a stripping of her identity as a child. Right? But the moment where part of your identity is attached to a bigger institution, then that institution also has sway over who you are and what you do, how you act, and how you're perceived. So it is easier to control people as a group if those people are strongly associated to... It can be a bunch of different things, whether or not it's an organization, it's just an ideology for that matter. Ideology politics is a good, solid way to control voters. Because if they identify with a political ideology, then that the party that represents or owns that ideology can do whatever the fuck they want, to a larger extent at least, without losing that voter support, for example. Or for that matter, the party says that you need to act and behave in these specific ways because it's right, and if you can associate that to the, not just the party, but also to the ideology, then there's a trickle-down effect to the individuals. So it is not conducive to individuality. So what happens when we strip that? When we tear those parts away, it is tearing away a part of the identity of the person, and that's usually traumatic and painful, but stripping away those close connections, conversely then, should also reimagine or reinvent or rejuvenate the individuality of the person and the agency of the person. So if Fox Guy here is slowly stripping away at Hinako's uniform, and that in turn means that he is stripping away at her identity as a child. Sure, that will leave her vulnerable to him, but it could also go the way that it helps her become her own person, to an extent that might not have been possible otherwise. And that's interesting. That's neat. See, these are the kind of thing, this kind of the structuralist storytelling that I'm a big fan of, where there's a lot of symbolism on display, and there's a little bit of digging into what a fairly simple thing is, just losing a shred of the arm of your uniform, what that actually means, what you can interpret that as, and what it's a symbol for. I'm a big fan of that stuff. And it does kind of seem like this game is going that route, which I would be a fan of. So we are supposed to be going, what, up there, maybe? Maybe. We'll see. I got a shrine coming up ahead now. And also more flesh, more puberty came this way. You know, not puberty. Ew. Look at this puberty, chat. Someone dropped their puberty. Oh, good. Ara. I from a body horror or, you know, the horror aesthetic perspective, I love this shit. I think it's grody as fuck. It's the Jeff Vandermeer kind of weird horror stuff that you see in things like Annihilation, or to some extent also his work with the Ambergris series. Hi, Mac! Bam, 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 bam. Oh god, I shouldn't be making loud noises today. Ugh. And I also should learn to spell. There we go. That still isn't correctly. That's better. There we go. Big shout out to Mac Daddy. Good buddy of the channel. The other axis of the reigning Twitch umbrant, by the way. Good old streamer buddy who's also the DM in his D&D campaign, the Reclamation Project at Raymond's Drop, which you saw the latest episode of this past Saturday, the 9th, correct? And hopefully, maybe, we're going to be able to see another session on the 23rd, though we haven't talked about it, so I should be careful to not sign checks that Mac's ass can cash. How are you doing, Mac? I was so drunk yesterday. I was so drunk last night. Today has just been it hasn't existed. This has just been pain and nausea for the entire fucking day. I'm slowly becoming human at this point, but oh yeah, there won't be a session on the 23rd. Oh no, right, you're going to Canada that weekend. Oh fuck, how long? Well, I mean, that's for later. But okay, then I know there's not going to be a session on the 23rd. Damn shame. But oh well. Oh well. Hopefully you're going to have a great time over in Canada. In Canadania. The hat. The US's hat. Bro, I'm glad you are a borderline alcoholic. This is why we are friends. What do you mean? I'm not borderline alcoholic. I'm fully functional. Getting drunk every once in a while is not alcoholic. I've heard the definition of alcoholic being when you need a drink. or even when you habitually need a drink. That is alcohol tendency. Just drinking a lot, I don't know, fuck. And I haven't been that drunk in fucking long, buddy. Holy moly. I usually feel like shit after like 2 or 3 beers. I can feel like shit in the morning. So, right, we were talking about something. We were talking about this as a horror aesthetic. This sort of fleshy, rot, flowering thing. This transformation, as it were. It's a solid, weird fiction trope. You have it in... If you've seen Annihilation, I highly recommend it. It's a Natalie Portman movie. That was a Netflix exclusive early on. I think it's actually pretty good. It is based off of one of Vandermeer's books in the Southern Reach trilogy, all dealing with this reality warping influence, the sort of twists and turns and changes, warps. It's body horror, essentially. It's really fucking good. And this stuff, to me, carries strong. Elden Ring plays around with it with the rot. Where it essentially warps the idea of rot and decay being a decomposing function, but rather a reorganizational function. That is to say that there's new life, though warped and fucky, but still new life growing from the old life. It's the transformation of things.
Walking around pouting like your little sister took your last Oreo. And not a traditional Oreo. No, a limited edition Oreo.
I love Letterkenny so goddamn much. What am I pouting about? I'm not pouting. You're pouting. Wah. Wah. So yeah, I like this as opposed to the rust nonsense of traditional Silent Hill. And it also fits in with the whole theme and conversation about puberty, right? Something blooming, something pulsating, like new life warping from old life kind of thing, and it's just infecting and spreading. It works as a symbol. It works as a analogy very well, I think. We've already been in here. Yeah, we have. Okay. Never mind then. Never mind. Never mind. Hi, shoe and shithead girl. Actually, we haven't met a single
前
one.
の宇宙戦争だって妙な宇宙人がどんどん増えてっただろうが。
ひなこってシュウ君と話すときは男の子みたいな喋り方だよね。
Oh, fuck you too, Rinko.
昔の癖が今も抜けないからかな。
俺たちは幼い頃からの付き合いだからな。
ふーん。だから男女の関係にはならなかった。
Nah, you hope so at least.
今はそんな話をしてる時じゃないぞ。
Yeah, they totally are though. They're banging. Or they have banged at some point at least. Let's see here, Guide Tech. The bloody environment was also a thing in Silent Hill 3, which was about forced pregnancy. Yeah, see, that, again, it functions in its thematic storytelling. It actually symbolizes things. It means things, rather than just being scary material, you know, right? I approve. I like that. Let's see your Mac. Oh, it's all in Japanese? Oh, yeah. I mean, we could switch it over to English dub, but I kind of prefer it not to. This is set in Japan, and, you know, fuck, we should deal with that. Feels a little more legitimate to have it in Japanese. Though I understand that you Americans are not very used to reading things with subs on, so... But tough for you. No, it's much worse. Oh, I don't doubt. I don't doubt. Yeah, don't do that. Good. Space Wars wasn't just about fighting evil with laser guns, though. We'd pretend to analyze the enemy by drawing alien sketches. During PE, we'd say that the class was training camp for the space army. I think we played with dolls too, like Warhammer 40K figures. Right, I think that's when we were training in the first aid in order to assist the injured. Oh, yeah, okay, sure. Senensugi, that's the thing. That's the... English is like 10 times more wooden. It usually is. It usually fucking is. A lonely little shrine situated in the outskirts of town. Well, the name Senensugi Shrine sure sounds fancy, but that's all that it's going for it. Even though Ibisugauka, I'm butchering that for sure, is full of elderly believers, this shrine rarely gets any visitors. They instead go to what's closest to them, and that's an Inari statue. Sagoka's family serve the shrine, including fulfilling the role of head priest. Sakuko is quite proud of this fact, but I don't know if the same could be said about her parents. I remember what Sakuko once said: Senensugi Shrine didn't used to be the small shrine that we know. The real shrine was situated on the mountain, and it was much more impressive than it is now. So what, that is the representation of the god that's being pissy? Is that in Arisama, then? Long ago, there was an actual 1,000 years cedar that was worshipped as a divine vessel. Unfortunately, it was struck by lightning and burned to ash. Upon losing its divine vessel, the shrine was abandoned and became the small shrine it is presently today. Alright, well, sure. Whatever you say. Let's see here, Guide to Tech. I played this with a friend of mine who immediately switched to the English dub. I cringed a bit. Yeah, I mean... Dubs or subs is a time-honored tradition, but it's not... I don't think it's as much of a conversation in Europe. Well, no, that's probably incorrect too. Considering that there are a bunch of European countries that do a lot of dubs. I'm thinking at Germany, France, Italy, and to some extent Spain. They dub pretty much every fucking thing. And it has really been detrimental to their English skills. And I'm not sure they still do that, but back in the day they did it. So the US is absolutely not alone in the fact that they have, well, a cultural disdain for, sublines. Ukraine also dubs a lot. Oh, I don't doubt. I'm assuming Russia does the same. But it generally isn't to the benefit of the media. And I was really pissy about it back in the day because it generally meant, before digital distribution, it generally meant that games would take so much fucking longer to get released in Europe, because once they got released in, well, first generally Japan, well, depending on what games, but I'm thinking like Final Fantasies and whatnot. Then the US with the English translation, and then even though we in Scandinavia didn't give a shit about it never got dubbed for our languages, so we just wanted the English one. We just wanted that, but we had to wait for the other dubs. French, German, Italian, Spanish, I think, as well, before it ever got released even as the standard English here. So our releases generally came months and months afterwards, just because of that. Just because of their nutty need to dub everything. Okay, we're going back into town, so maybe we're gonna meet some stuff. I mean, I don't mind this downtime period. It can at least serve to build tension and expectation and worry. I'm not sure how much it accomplishes in this one though, but the idea is still the same. Don't Norway and Sweden dub cartoons? I mean, cartoons, yeah, for children, because, again, children, but at some point they don't. But yeah. But I mean, cartoons is a different thing, right? Because you can't really expect a 10-year-old to be bilingual in that way. I know there's a Norwegian dub for the movie Frozen. Oh, pretty much every Disney movie gets dubbed, absolutely. Yeah, you're right about that. I'm thinking about, well, primarily games. Someone sure spilt their Blazeballblatt. See if any cartoons for kids, yes, but not live action generally. No, generally. Well, dumping one. Or should we just dump the sickle? Fuck the sickle. Who gives a shit about a sickle? An ordinary wooden bat. I would play with this a lot, so I feel right at home. Fuck the sickle, right? Zero Mac. When you think about how America look at our culture, you see a lot of our movies go out to worldwide audiences. Yes. But generally, those audiences have to suffer through them with sublines, which is fine. It's absolutely fine. It's a good way to learn the language. I mean, there's a reason why... it's not necessarily just the British that promoted the idea that English is the world language. It's definitely... The US's exportation of culture through Hollywood is definitely part of that. So when things are sub, we don't really watch it, unless it's an anime movie. Yeah, it's... I understand that there's a big cultural resistance to reading while you're watching a thing. It's a habit problem, not an actual problem, I would argue. We sure shit don't have a problem with it, so why should Americans, you know? Hi, Tiki! Welcome back in. It's been a while. How are you? How are you doing? So happy to see ya. Oh, hit and run. You're just smoke bombing it. So what are we dumping? Do we need cutting weapons at all? Really? Makes more sense. Look at this. Oh, someone spilled their puberty. So Tiki, I saw that. I saw the trailer for the new expansion of Palia, and holy shit, is it good? No, oh, we did it. We got it. We got it. Counterattack. Baby maker. Oh, she lost something. What did you lose? Bonk. What did you drop? Do we have friends behind us? Oh, yeah, we did. Okay, great. Oh, come on. Counterattack. Come on. Fuck, come on! Ah, shit. There we have him. Bonk and donk and donk and donk, and then we fucking smack it. No, shit, not again. Alright, fine. Oh, shit! Oh, my... Stop, 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 stop. Ow! Oh, yeah. Fun, get up there. Start whacking. Do it again. Man, that overhead swing brings me back, though. Sure does bring me back. Let's see, you gotta take. If you want to cringe a lot, go check out what the Silent Hill Ascension. It takes place in Norway. Oh, really? A Norwegian Silent Hill? So the whole complaint that Silent Hill isn't set in the US is even less applicable then, is what you're saying. Because there's already been tons of Silent Hill that's not set in the US. How do we... Do we really need to go back all the way here? Or can we go across here? Let's go. Come on, buddy. Do your thing. Bonk. Get fucking whooped, son. Right in the baby maker. Yeah, go down, you piece of shit. So we came through here once and we actually ran past most of these mobbies. Mobby bobbies. Really like the enemy design. They look absolutely fucking grody. I feel like the damage is up, big up on this baseball bat as opposed to the steel pipe. Oh, look at the stinky. Okay, you're going that way. Hey, shoe. Shoe, it's gotta be the shoe. Let's see, you gotta take. I never understood that criticism. Me neither. Even the original creators kept repeating the sentence, Silent Hill is not a place, it's a metaphor. Yeah, right? Exactly. That's kind of the read that we've been going through. Oh, we had that whole conversation when we got into Silent Hill 2, right? And when we got into this. this notion that I mean, the problem is though that you have set the IP title as the name of the place, so of course, especially Americans, I think, are gonna push this notion. But I think Silent Hill 2 at least makes a very good argument that Silent Hill is more of a psychological entity than it is a firm geographical place. And I like that. I like that. More like a traveling kind of entity, you know? Or traveling, but a psychological entity. A metaphysical entity. Because it is fairly well established that it is interacting or engaging with the psychology of the people that it's tormenting, right? This doesn't feel or look like it. I disagree, cats. I very much disagree. It's this nonsense then that looks different. Yeah, but I think it fits. And besides, it's not the first Silent Hill who did that. Look at these things. Hips forward, eh? Ooh. The big dick man with the big dick sword. Yeah, it is disgusting.
まさか気持ち悪いので街を飲み込む気なのか。
化け物が多すぎる。
迂回しよう。街を突っ切るのは危険すぎる。
私たちの千鶴やどうしてこんな。
中学校の方へ向かってそこから山道を登る。
School level!
だいぶ遠回りになるが街は避けられる。よし行こう。
What's the over and under on us being rewarded if we go down there and beat the shit out of that big thing? You know? What's the over and under on that? Alright, so another little thing that may make this feel a little bit less like a traditional Silent Hill is now it's not necessarily we're doing an escort quest, right? But we do have peers along with us. So this whole thing has moments where it's more cooperative. We're still playing alone. We don't have them along with us when we you know, fight. We also get pulled into the other world alone, and I still think that this whole interaction of puberty is mostly vis-a-vis Hinako, but we did see Sakuko. Yeah, Sakuko get bloomed. And it's not like the other Silent Hills haven't had NPCs, but they haven't actually been companions in any sensible way. I think, though, that fits, considering that the themes on display here in Silent Hill F are not so much solipsistic guilt, like we had in Silent Hill 2, for example, but more of how society interacts with you, right? It's more a matter of who we are vis-a-vis society or what society wants us to be. And if we want to depict that, we kind of do want to see Hinako in her society, and that would be within her, well, among her friends to some extent. So I think that works for what this game wants to tell. If you defeat him, you get rewarded with an achievement. Well, fuck Chivos. I don't care. What do we have? Ebisukwa. I can't fucking pronounce that shit. It is the middle school that I attended. It was built when the town was financially well off during the dam construction, so the beautiful facilities are at odds with the rest of the dull buildings in town. I think I met Rinko during my first year there. I remember her surprise when she heard I called Shu partner. Well, I'm not gonna fuck with that big O. I don't care about the chivos. I care about the durability of my weapons. Oh. She coming for us? You're coming for us. Ooh, you're really fucking going, aren't you? Get bonked, sister. Get bonkied. And a final bonk. The monster design is just really fucking good. I think. Really good, really strong. See you, Gatotech. I guess Silent Hill Ascension lets you play several characters, let you decide how the group dynamic changes. Oh, interesting. Again, in that case, that's not new either. But a lot of these Silent Hills I've never touched. I've completely fallen off the IP after Silent Hill 2. Okay, where's the school? It's down there, okay. So, Grody, what's that? Mushrooms. There we go. Silent Hill Ascension is partially in Norway, but the major portion of the story takes place in Hope's Junction, Pennsylvania, though, which I'm assuming would be another little indication that it's associated to, I keep forgetting the name of the town. We've talked about it a few times of the past month or so. That burning coal town. We don't have anything to dub? Oh, well. But be warned, Silent Hill Ascension feels like it was written by an AI. But... yeah, well, we're not gonna touch it, with all likelihood. I think... oh, we do have more than 4 slots. Well, holy shit. Okay. I forget his name too. Yeah, well, there is one. But just making a point of us setting the town in Pennsylvania might be a nod towards that. It got knocked over. Oh, the car got knocked over, so we could just... is that what we're gonna do? Yeah, let's... something knocked it over. I wonder why. Oh, shit. The meter maid has opinions. Also, the latest Silent Hill movie sucks. I never saw it. I've only seen the first one, and the first one I really liked. I mean, it took liberties, and you can absolutely complain about the fact that what is Pyramid Head doing there, considering Pyramid was a projection of James and all that. So its cosmology is a little warped, but I did like how I did like what it did with the background of Silent Hill 1 and transferring that to a little bit more of a personalized tale. I like that. I liked a lot of the depictions. I liked the depiction of Pyramid Head, and that scene where he just twists off the skin of the girl is really fucking strong. I really liked the original. I thought it was great. The CGI was so bad in it. If you're talking about the first movie, Cats, I feel like... I mean, I don't... okay, this is not true. It's not true that I don't give a shit about the quality of the CGI. I do. However, I have a lot of tolerance and patience for bad CGI when it's an old bit of material. No, the last one? Well, then I guess it's no excuse. And I don't remember the effects in the original being terrible. At least not in accordance to the time where it was made. But like, for example, take something like one of my absolute favorite genre fiction shows, television shows ever is Farscape. I love Farscape to bits. A lot of its effects were practical. There were a lot of doll work, for example, like Muppets, which I fucking love. But the CGI that was there was so fucking bad. We're talking like, what, mid-noughties, I think, when it started coming out? I give it so many excuses. It's fine. It's fine. It's a great fucking show. And I don't think... I think that, especially in this or later age, I think people are mistaking high fidelity with quality. Those two are not necessarily the same things, right? And okay, but what is quality? Well, quality is a bunch of different things, can be added by a bunch of different things. And if something has enough quality in one part of it, like for example the writing and the characters, as in Farscape, then lack of quality in another will not supersede the quality that's there. Kinda. And this notion that you cannot consume a piece of media, because I'm not accusing anyone here of that, but I know it's a thing, then I think people with that notion have a shallow understanding of what art is. Like, for example, kids being unable to watch a black and white movie, for example. Let me pick back up with chat. Guide to Tech. The writing in the newest movie is so bad. Oh, that sucks. The dialogue and the line delivery feels so unnatural, like the actors were paid a minimum wage and didn't give a shit. Damn shame. That's one of the big quality markers that I really enjoy. I do not mind if there are a bunch of other facets maybe missing or lacking, but if the writing sucks, then I have very hard time of enjoying myself. But then again, I'm biased, right? I'm coming at it as an author, as a writer. I care about that shit more so than I care about a lot of other stuff. Let's see your cats. I think the first movie was all right effects wise for its time. I like to remember so too. It's not just about effects. I most definitely think it's not. Now, cool effects are cool, right? But they don't necessarily need to be high scale to be cool effects. Like, I unabashedly love the original The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. That's a lot of practical effects, and some of it looks lacking in a modern sensibility, but fuck, that movie slaps. It's acting, it's story, it's the way they bring the game into the movie as a whole product. Yeah, adaptations are difficult, right? And a lot of adaptations are just cash grabs. And when you start taking liberties with the source material, there's a very big chance that you're gonna piss people off. I would not want to do adaptations like that. It would be hard as fuck, I think. But there have been fairly decent video game movies. What, that first Mortal Kombat movie with Christopher Lambert and company was really fucking fun. Not gonna say that it's necessarily good, but it was a lot of fun. You can make argument about what the original Mario Bros. Movies contra the latest one, vis-a-vis if it's just following the material, the source material, if it's trying its own thing. And then we got the whole Resident Evil movie archive. Again, some of them are fun, but they're all really fucking stupid. But then again, Resident Evil is also pretty fucking stupid. Not necessarily bad, I'm not saying that, but it is pretty fucking stupid. Almost to the point where I think Resident Evil is at its best when it's being the most stupid, you know? Like Leon just round kicking Spanish peasants. It's funny. Or just does the fucking ground pound. The suplex. It's so fucking stupid, but it is fun. You know? Son! You better read this and get it through your thick head. Let me take you back to something that happened during the war. One day, some high and mighty military police from out of town got pissed drunk and decided to kick over a statue in Arizona, even spat on it. The next morning, all those policemen were found dead in the waterway, their corpses bloated and heavy as hell. They got carted off to the medical examiner's office so the coroners could take a closer look. You know that place a few minutes from us? I was one of the people who helped carry the bodies and wash them, so I saw everything with my own two eyes. When that doctor put his knife to their bellies and opened them up, the whole swamp of stomach-churning gunk came pouring out. And I don't mean their guts either. From neck to navel, hell, even right up their asses. Some bodies were stuffed full of decomposing rats, birds, frogs, snakes, you name it. And that look of frozen terror on their faces, I'll never forget it. Anyway, moral of the story is that you better not ever disrespect an Aria-sama in any way, even if you're drunk. Fair enough? Then I won't. Then I guess I won't. See your gather tech. Don't forget the boulder punches in Resident Evil 5. Yeah, right. Fuck, that's... I actually never played 5. Chris literally punching rocks into lava. That is... It is so fucking stupid. But you know, there's a charm to it. It's absolutely take the piss. Oh fuck. New kind of enemy? That's a normal girl. How far are you patrolling, girl? Is there anything in there? Anything? Looties? Looties, looties? No? No fucking looties? Bullshit. Am I gonna have to deal with you, girl? Resident Evil 5 sold more copies than Resident Evil 2 Remake. It recently made like the most sales, by the way. So the boulder is so amazing. So the boulder is amazing. Number of sold copies. Popularity is not the same as quality either. Actually, the further along we go with a lack of literacy in our population, popularity might even be a mark against the quality of the piece. A thing being popular is not a one-to-one argument, but sure an indication to me at least that it may not actually be good. And sure, I'm an elitist fucking snob, sure, at this point, but bonk. But you as a writer, how do you like Alan Wake? Oh, God, fuck. Look, we keep coming back to that. So I'm a big fan of Max Payne. No, yeah, Max Payne. At least the two first, right? The real Remedy Max Paynes. Love them to bits. We actually play them on the channel. So I'm a big fan of Remedy, technically, or used to be a big fan of Remedy at least. We did Control a year or so ago, and I loved it to bits. I thought it was really fucking cool. We spent an hour on the intro lobby and just talked about what it meant. We did close reading, structuralist analysis of it. We went hog ham on Control. I have not played Alan Wake. I've seen Alan Wake. I think I've seen the entirety of the first game being played, and I've seen bits of the second game. We should play Alan Wake at some point on this channel. I think I will be unreasonably harsh against it. And unreasonable. I'm pretty sure I will be harsh against it, because the self-importance with which Alan writes provokes me to no end. It's like it's writers writing how people think writers write, you know? And I think I will have as much of an issue playing Alan Wake as either I have in watching Newsroom. Seen bits of Newsroom. It's a great show, but I have such a hard time considering I used to be a journalist as well. I got a master's in journalism, so it pisses me the fuck off that this is so fucking unreasonable. And the same way that people who work as doctors have a hard time watching Dr. House. You know? I think playing Alan Wake is going to piss me off in that way. Not necessarily because it's bad, but because it's a little bit of a caricature of writing. And it's meant to be. That is fine. I also understand that there are a lot of fun scenes, especially with Alan Wake 2. And at some point we really should. But, oh god. I'm so not looking forward to it. mean, fuck, him just repeating the darkness as it supposedly means something. It's just... Oh, another Inari shrine. Look at that. Oh, hi, Inari-sama. Ramamumamumamamame. Manamana. Manamana. Okay, should be interesting to hear your tearing into shreds. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yes, I agree. Maybe we should play it. Oh, I love that move. It sucks so bad. But I don't want to. But I think it would be good content, you know. And I do own it. I own Alan Wake, so it wouldn't be a problem. I got it somewhere, somehow. No, incorrect. Oh shit. Okay, you know what? Fucking deal with her. Oh, you are very fucked. You're so pubertist. Look how much puberty she has. She's so full of puberty. Oh, I got it. Oh, I didn't think I got it. Let's go. And that puberty gives you more health somehow? You're gonna go away? You are gonna go away. Thank fuck. Okay, you're coming back down. Turn around, every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around. Turn around, every now and again there's some ararare right where we wanted there to be something to pick up. Every now and then I fall apart. Here's another thing, the stripping of the clothes on the right arm. Do you think there's some sort of meaning behind it being the right arm? I know that there are close associations in Western culture, at least, between the left and the right hand. Is there a similar thing in Japanese culture? Can't find anything useful. And there's so much puberty around here. Fuck. It's so long to go. Oh, shrine. Thank fuck. Thank fuckity. What time is it? Oh, we got another hour. See, Mac, Japanese fucking love puberty for real. Oh, yeah, they do. Always pisses me off this notion that if things haven't happened to you by the time of high school, then nothing interesting will ever happen to you. And that is certainly the indication that I kind of get from a lot of the anime that one might encounter. We don't have a level up emu. We don't have an emu. Game was made in Taiwan. This game? Was it? Hong Kong, I thought. Gairutech, I thought that the studio here is a Hong Kong studio. Ads are coming in, we're just going to run through them. Another steel pipe. I guess we should replace that, shouldn't we? I want to say the baseball bat. I feel like the baseball bat has some extra kick to it. Legs? Man, I missed the radio. On the radio, we heard November rain.
Ima, 何かが飛んでったぞ。
And those were unfortunate sounds. That's an unfortunate sound. What are you doing? Yo, sticky ooh. Sticky boo boo. Icky. So we will be getting a school episode on this thing. That's great. Guidotech, you seem to have played this before. How far along are we? I'm assuming not very. Like, can you give me an average percentage here? Like, are we 20% through, or bad sounds? Yeah, there's a lot of bad sounds going on. The sound design is nice. But it is absolutely fucking disgusting. What was that? Could you stop making noises, right? Stop coughing, buddy. Please. This, excuse me, sir. This is a post-Pandini society, sir. I would have to ask you to engage in social distancing. Like, fuck this place. Ew, it's so sticky. Still only a wish to shoes place. Then I would say about 21%. That's a very specific percentage, my guy. Oh, drugs. Do they work though? Do the drugs work? How am I supposed to get out of here? Is it jumpy or something? Oh, up here. No, that's where I came from, right? How am I supposed to progress through her? I have to play this game 5 times to reach the canon ending. I know the game really. We have had opinions. I have had opinions on that. For example, we only played Undertale once, and I understand from I understand the want for game developers to make a game replayable, right? I understand that, but from an art perspective. Is that a benefit, really? Or is it just a very strong detriment to the art experience that you have to experience it several times to get the quote-unquote correct end? Or the quote-unquote correct experience? I'm not sure that it is. But then again, there are absolutely books out there that benefit from a reread, right? Absolutely are. Like, I keep coming back to the House of Leaves, for example. I challenge you all to read the House of Leaves once and understand it all. But then again, maybe that's not a strength to the novel either. What is that? What? Really don't like those noises. Oh, Jiminy Crock, fuck! No, no, let's not. Let's never, ever. Fucking get. What are you doing? I hate this. Bonk him. No, jump. I don't want to get hugged. I don't want to be kissed. No kissies. With your fucking bulge of a. What is that? Is that a tongue? This is just Resident Evil lictors, right? No! Shit! Ah, got you, you dumb fuck! And another one. Have another one. Now, what do you want to do? No! No! Shit! Get him. There we have him. I don't wanna! Bad touch! Dude! Consent is important! No, you don't! Ah, you did! Get fucked! Get fucked! Just die! Just fall over and don't unfall yourself. No. Oh! I hate this guy. With a passion. Oh, that noise is very good. Dog noises. That is very Jeff Vandermeer, by the way. Ooh, do not like that. Bish. Seer Guide Attack. I personally don't need this New Game Plus necessity. 1 or 2 playthroughs would have been enough for me. The headquarters of the studio is in Hong Kong, but the mocap was done in Taiwan. Oh, well, there we go. Interesting. Considering, you know, Chinese and Taiwanese relationships. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So what, it's technically a Chinese game then? Well, Taiwanese. Yeah. Well, shit. Yep. I'll shut up now. That guy sucked. Particularly suspicious monster that walks around on all fours. What do you mean suspicious? The greedily staring eyes. There are no fucking eyes in there. The greasy palms. I don't think the palms are the problem. The disgusting way it acts all chummy with me. What do you mean chummy? All of it is completely repulsive. What's more, it never even bothers with guys. Typical. What? This is just... You know, the sweaty otaku? Just gloms onto girls? Is that what that is? Fucking hate it. Thanks. Hate it. Konami paid all the bills. I guess both sides said money is more important. Yeah, you know, fair. I just know that it's a bit of a... I mean... It's a thing. What was that noise? I think it was behind us. Oh. Where is that? Where did you come from, girl? Not another Inari shrine. Where did we come from? Where did we go? You think we can sneak past her without her having an opinion about it? Where did you come from? And this is an urban sprawl kind of situation for this little town, isn't it? Oh, great. Radio! All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Goo Goo. It's got an ooh, stinky poo poo. Haven't we already been in this place? Wait, haven't we been here? Seer Guide Attack. And it paid off. Silent Hill F and now sold 2 million copies. Silent Hill 2 Remake sold 6 million copies. I feel like the 2 was a step back, girls. This calls for a real show a man more gender role stuff. A hot-blooded baseball samurai steps up to the plate. Back off, girls. Ew. 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 Predatory bullshit. I'm the only one who understands you, right? You're lost. You're confused. Fuck you. Ah, come on. We got too much shit on us. Where's the next shrine then? Where am I supposed to go? This way? No, this is the cupboard. Just a cupboard. Just a little cupboard. Again, though, with sales not necessarily indicating quality. Key? No, there's nothing. All right. Ah, it's sticky. No! Get rid of me. Get away, get away, get away. That's fucked. That thing is fucked, by the way. This. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. Please never, never talk to me or my steel pipe ever again. Never speak to me or my steel pipe ever, ever, ever a fucking again. Go away. Go away. Just unfuck yourself. Hey, Jinju, eat a cold. He wants his nightmares back. No thank you, right?
武器が壊れかけてる。
This is in rough shape.
もう少しだけ持ってくれ。
Look, it's a bent pipe! Do we want to have a conversation about bent pipes, chat? Right. So I'm assuming that this is the way out. But, however, there was a Ramamumamumama, something, something, something up here. We couldn't pick up a Ramamumamu. Feels like we might not be able to get back this way, though. Is there anything we can dump? The Ararare is not going to be worthwhile, right? That's like 10 experience points, right? And the Ramamumi is like 20 at least. I think. So you gotta take... wait, let me catch up. Gotta take. The radios are important if you want to get the UFO ending. Yeah, well, we're not aiming for that, I think. I like the idea of the UFO endings, and it's a fun trope, but it's certainly not the story that I think we're gonna want to explore, you know? Yes, the sales do mean quality. I disagree. They do, however... Do not. Oh, right, there we go. Yeah, they do not mean quality. They do, however, determine if you're gonna get more Silent Hill remakes and installments. Yes. That is fair. It means that potentially the publisher are gonna care about that stuff. However, it is Konami, and Konami has been problematic in the recent past, but I don't know if they fixed their shit, you know. Right. Ah, fuck. Should we burn the Bendy Bananas? Bendy Bananas? That was at one point a conversation in the UK during Brexit. The evil EU has banned our Bendy Bananas. What, really? My fucking god. So we want to switch that out for the Are Are, or do we just want to pop the Are Are? In that case, we should pop the Are Are, right? Boris Johnson said that. Boris Johnson said a lot of things. You know? Boris Johnson, the absolute twit. I do mean something if they keep getting ahead for many years and don't drop as much as the other titles with time. It only means things that they're gonna have an easier time getting it greenlit in production. But that is not quality. I mean, again, depending on your definition of quality, absolutely. Fuck this place. A face, 2 face, 3 faces, 4. A monster with thronging mass of faces. I'm not familiar with any of the faces, yet they seem to know me. It spouts repulsive things, one after the other, violating the peace and quiet wherever it goes. Again, association to gossip as being an enemy or a monstrous thing here, right? Just as we mentioned with the monster. Are we gonna get the shrine from here? The similar monster in the other world. That was all faces and screamed at us. Shrine? Shrine! So you gotta take, yes, stupid things to say, but every time I hear the word bendy, I think about it. Yeah, I mean, fair. There's the, I've been listening, I mean, recently, but you know, for the past bit to a bit of Hank Green. Never really listened to his stuff previously, despite the fact having read the Absolutely Remarkable Thing and A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor, which I liked, both of them. He talks a lot about salience as being the capacity for a message to propagate in attention or grab attention. And unfortunately, stupid things have a, you could argue almost greater capacity for salience than less stupid things.
ひなこをほっといて。
Mm-hmm. Rinko, you gossiping little fuck.
どうしようもない。このままそう。
Fuck you, Rinko.
何の役にも立
今は俺もわからないんだ。苦しんでる。このままにして。
What, so we're not supposed to go this way? Alright. But we did get some gossip. Some of that black tongue. So, what generally Hank Green says that salience is a necessity to get messaging out there. I dislike that, but I dislike the idea that salience needs to be the prime vehicle for a message. I think you can say a lot about, again, literacy. Being able to build resistance against becoming a victim to rampant, just salient points, rather than actually listening to the quality of the points or the packaging or the actual material of the points. But I also understand that it's difficult to affect the quality of cognition amongst the population from single individuals trying to create messages. So from a practical standpoint, in a practical current standpoint, focusing on the salience of your message to combat the salience of the stupid messengers, like, you know, we got a bunch of them active in politics at the moment, would potentially be the only way to actually get your message across, which might potentially be the only way to actually affect the literacy of the population too. I just don't like that. I don't like the idea that you have to keep lowering yourself and catering to the lowest common denominator, you know? I don't think that's a winning battle long term. I think that's a failing strategy long term. At least if you only focus on that.
嘘ついてるよね。
知らねえよ。
騙せてると思う？ひなこを。
You can fool, Hinako? What do you mean
ひなこ
fool?
遅かったな。心配したぜ。
心配してなかったよ。相棒なら絶対に大丈夫って言ってた。
Rinko, fuck off!
そうか。ありがとう。
Black-tongued little shithead. Yeah, we've been here before, right? This is this weird little sunken waterfall shrine. Yeah. Man, people need to stop spilling their puberty all over the place. It's icky, and I'm stepping in it. I don't want to have to step in. I don't want to have to step in your puberty. Stop. Stop. Fucking put a tampon in it, you know. Fuck, dude. Squeeze that shit. Get it out of here. Stop jerking off during class. Fuck me. I understand. No, not another one of those fuckos. It takes so much fucking punishment to bring down, you know? The fucking monkey boys. They're pandering pieces of shit. Can I avoid that fucko entirely? Ooh, full ass toolkit, nice. And that's just closed off to us, yeah? Yeah. Oh shit! Puberty is going so hard that it's actually corroding the landscape. My god. It was down this route, right? Or actually not? Interesting, okay. Any items? No, but a little Inari shrine. Let's see your guide attack. It reminds me of an old anecdote I heard from TV where a literature critic told the story of how he was talking to a new author who wrote a book which was good but pretty difficult. He said to the author that maybe 5 people will understand your book. The author replied, "Then I'm waiting for the response from those 5 individuals." Look, that is an arrogant ass statement that I support to 150%, alright? I do not think that lowering the bar in anything that we do, especially in our art, is a long-term intelligent strategy. I think raising the bar to influence people to increase their or raise their standard is more important than continuously reaching for the lowest hanging fruit. Now there are different ways of doing that, and just making something difficult for the sake of making it difficult is not necessarily helpful either. But so much in not just art, but now we're talking specifically about art. Right now, there's such a focus on just catering to the lowest common denominator to get as many eyes on a thing as possible. I think the prevalence of internet culture and internet fame have helped that. And I don't think it's healthy for society. And we demand less of each other and ourselves progressively. Then again, just making a thing difficult for the sake of it being difficult, yeah, that's probably not helpful either. So that statement from the author, though funny, and I sympathize with it, might be going a little hard. See your guide attack. The critic concluded his story with the words, "This man has the wrong profession. You always have to try to reach as many people as possible." That's fucked. No, you do not. No, you do not. Everything does not need mass market appeal. That is fucked. That critic can go suck a blunt one, dude. Drink a river or something. That is, you do not at all always have to try to reach as many people as possible. What you do, or should do, it's reach the people who you want to communicate with as an artist. And encourage the people who it was not aimed at to explore that material. Like, it's in that case, we should only ever write children's books, essentially. if the only point of creating art is to make sure that it is as approachable as possible, then all we should do is essentially create, kitchen door or the fridge door crayon paintings. That's not how you elevate a society. That is not how you challenge cognition. That is not fulfilling the purpose of art at all. Well, fuck that guy. Let's see here, Mac. I think it depends on what you want to put out there. Cults want to reach as many as possible, and amongst others, political programs as well. It's just, that's not the point of art. And even if you're arguing from a sales perspective, you're wrong. If you think that art exclusively should function on a basis of should exclusively function on a marketing basis, and more distinctly, a capitalist market argument, that you need to own the market, as it were, then you're with all likelihood not going to be creating art. Art is not, at least, just a product. I would even argue that art is not primarily a product to be peddled by fucking salesmen. Art is supposed to engage the mind, engage, quote unquote, the soul. And you do not do that by pandering. And pandering, I cannot imagine that it's anything but pandering if all you do is just trying to search out or design it for the purpose of being approachable by as many people as possible. That pisses me off. Ooh, not happy. Not a happy panda about it. Okay, where are we going? Right, we need to get past the stink boy. How does he patrol? Can we get past him, you think? He took so many fucking hits and whacks to get rid of. How do you patrol, buddy? Show yourself. I hear you tippy-tappy. Plonka-donking. Did he just show his bum to us? This is a little bit disconcerting. So here, Garotech. If we all had that critic's opinion, then we would just try to out Michael Bay. Essentially, I mean, would homogenize all culture. For one. Is he over there? Is that his bum? Where the fuck did he go, man? I wish I could crouch in this thing. This is gonna be a boss fight. How are we for health? We're a little fucked. Let's pop some pills. Drugs. Where is the boy? Hear him. Can we hide here? Is he coming past us? Oh, that's another fucko. God damn it! And I mean, here's the other perspective. Here's the other side of that. Do you know how... No, I don't either. But a lot of the... And now I'm focusing almost exclusively on literature, but I know that this is true also in the world of painted art, to some extent. A lot of what we today consider the literature canon, the literature that has shaped society and been a forerunner in how we understand ourselves, like the most impactful art. Well, not the most, but a lot of very impactful art was never popular in its own time. One example that I love bringing out is Kafka. Now, most of you probably haven't read Kafka. I have read one of them. I've read The Process. I never read Metamorphosis, though that's probably the most famous one. He's not necessarily terribly good, but good by what kind of fucking margin? But he's certainly been influential. And here's the thing, most of his material never got published while he was alive. Most of his material wasn't popular while he was alive. But over time, I read a few short stories from him. Yeah, Franz Kafka. Yeah, that's the one. Over time, his influence has grown and grown and grown and grown after his death, to the point that now, 100 years later, Kafka is one of the staples of literature. You could say the same, actually, about Shakespeare. Now, people went to see Shakespeare's plays. Absolutely they did. But he was not the biggest name. He was not the biggest playwright of his time. That was, at least, Marlowe was bigger than him. Much bigger than him. Marlowe was a superstar. How much Marlowe have you ever encountered? Did you know the name beforehand? No, you didn't. With all likelihood, I'm not going to tell you. But likely, you never heard of Marlowe before. And quite frankly, Shakespeare was gone for about 100 years. He was completely gone for the record. He was not canonized after his death. His material just fucking evaporated. Until the 18th century, when a bunch of German literary students found his manuscripts and recognized that, shit, this thing's good. Like, really fucking good. And since then, Shakespeare became a staple of English literature. But not while Shakespeare was around, and certainly not right after his death. Shakespeare was a hack, I stand by it. Oh, dude, not at all. Shakespeare is... He's a lot of things. A hack is not it. He occasionally is very good. Like, tremendously good. Never read Marlowe. Here's the thing, Guidotech. Nobody has. Nobody does. Marlowe isn't relevant. I mean, there are literary scientists that read him, but, I mean, you can't buy Marlowe. You just can't get your hands on Marlowe. Not at least in any way, shape, or form similar to what you can get Shakespeare. So this notion that you always need to reach as many people as possible in the immediacy of releasing your material is absolute fucking bullshit. At least assuming that you want to do other things than just sell copies. And if all you want to do is sell copies, then you really shouldn't be in art, man. You shouldn't be doing art. Or you probably aren't doing art either. You're probably just doing, just entertainment. But there are certainly... There's a Venn diagram there between entertainment and art, and I do think that art should be some kind of entertaining, but if you exclusively want to do entertaining, you're probably not doing art. Probably. There's Venn diagrams here, right? Keep that in mind. I'm being a little bit facetious for the sake of the argument here. So here, cats, depends on the goals and what you're selling. Yeah, sure, but if it's art, then your goal... If you want to create art, if that's the priority, then you cannot create good art that has a mass appeal. Because good art is going to be a little provocative. And a lot of people do not want to be provoked. Not at least in that way. I think most good art, I would almost stretch myself to all good art, should be provocative in one way, shape, or form. And people, generally speaking, do not like to be provoked. You kind of have to trick them into being provoked. And that's where it comes in, blending entertainment with the art, because if you're luring them in with entertainment and then you're giving them art here and there, that's generally how you get them. I don't want to deal with that fucko. Good music. Where's the fucking hugger, man? Can I not deal with that shithead? Someone's cooking. Shit. Oh, we're almost there, though. Nice. But we do need to deal with that asshole. Bunk! Why are you glowing, buddy? Give me the quick! No! Don't even know what you did. Oh, God, dude. Buddy. Oh, come on, bud. That is not a heavy attack, is it? Wait, what the fuck are you doing? Is that really the heavy attack? Or did I fuck something up? Ah, God, fuck. Okay. At least you're not doing a lot of damage. That's nice. Or is it the broken baseball bat attack pattern? Come on. Oh, here he cometh. Get bonked. Right in the snoo, you dumb shit. Oh, he dead. Oh, wasn't that great? Do we want to repair? Probably want to repair the baseball bat, right? Let's say guide attack. Despite the immediate success or not, art has usually been understood as something that changes you, while content just wants you to feel confirmed. Yeah, that's a good definition of it. That art changes. Yeah, I like that. That makes me think of the Octavia E. Butler parable of the sower. God is change. Which then would mean that art is God. And I like that. I mean, I'm biased, of course. Have to deal with that. Well, I did deal with the gorilla, though. Oh, look at that fucking thing. Can we get past it without dealing with him? Would be nice. Nope, don't see me. Don't perceive me. Oh, he saw me. Oh, that's so fucking disgusting, brother. You know what? No. We're just gonna go elsewhere. You enjoy yourself down there. Enjoy your spitties. But then having the conversation of what is art, you know, and what is other thing. It's a lofty subject that I sure as shit will not have the last word on, right? I care about the conversation and I have opinions on the conversation, but those are, I mean, it's all just fucking opinions here, but I certainly do believe, though, that if your priority is going to be sales and just getting your material out to quote-unquote as many people as you possibly can, you're with all likelihood not going to prioritize the things that create what I think is good art. Now, the whole thing of what is good art is another fucking thing. I mean, what is art is one conversation, and what is good art is an entirely different conversation. Feels like I should be able to open that. Well. Will we ever uncover a weapon that has unlimited durability? And we have the Naginata and the knife in the other world. Oh god, someone's cooking food, and I have not eaten a lot today. I'm gonna have to have some Sammys once we're done here, before going to bed. I have not been able to stomach food today. And now I'm noticing that, or my body's noticing the fact. That's from the Obon Festival. Isn't it a bit early? I don't know, what the fuck is an Obon? Evil Warding Lantern, a type of revolving lantern that has a long history in Ibizugaoka. The picture silhouette rotates inside the lantern due to the air current. Ooh, one of these! Normally, revolving lanterns are for entertainment, but ones in Ibizugaoka, blah 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 blah, Ibu, were specifically used to ward off evil. In Ibu, there is a custom where women in unlucky ages hanging on their front door during Obon. Unlucky ages? What is an unlucky age? Puberty? Sammys. Yeah, I'm gonna need some fucking Sammys. We should go back and just sacrifice that shit. Get it out of our inventory. We have so much faith. The moment we get Emu, we're gonna be able to pop in another Omamori. No, almost. Oh, no, 3,000? Okay, no, I'm incorrect. I'm gravely mistaken. Kinda wanna check downstairs first. Hey Warpax! How you doing, buddy? Long time no see. What's up, brother? Dude, I was so drunk yesterday. Should have seen me. Huh, that's a broken statue. Interesting. Something about a god being pushed out and being angry about it. Oh, this is a dead end. Oh, excellent. No. Is it? No, it's not. Okay, now get back. Let's get back to Shu. The Shu way. How are you, Warpax? You gotta tell me. Immediately, tell me. We are about getting there for being done for the stream, actually. Got another, what, 20 minutes left? Some such. You're all good? Work and sleep mostly? Walk and sleep?
やめてくれ。そんな話、今はしたくない。
Rinko sowing seeds.
シュウ君がしっかりと現実を見るまでやめない。
Fuck you, Rinko.
だからやめてくれ。俺は。
なら言ってあげる。ひな子はね、死んだんだよ。ひな子は向こうの世界で楽しくやっているんだから。
I'm right fucking here.
相棒、遅かったな。さあ、行こうぜ。
Rinko, fuck you. This is not how friends behave. Oh, the evil tongue. Oh, that's a fucked bridge. Oh, well, somebody fucked a bridge. Why did you fuck the bridge? I don't know. It seemed like a good idea at the time. And this is school. Why did you build a school way up the mountainside like this? All those years ago. Anime speak. Oh shit! Why are there scarecrows over there? I don't like those guys. I don't like those guys. So did you ever play the Silent Hill games way back when, Warpax? Were you a Silent Hill fan? You haven't really been doing anything, Rinko. Fuck off. Cats, you did 2, 3, and 4. Didn't finish 3. Number 1 was also very good. But it was a very different experience from 2. I've seen a bit of 3. 3 mostly took place in a shopping mall or something, right? Whiny little fuckwad.
相棒も疲れただろう。休んでてくれ。俺は鍵を探してくる。
分かった。え、シュウ君が一緒じゃないと嫌だよ。心細いよ。
Fuck you, Rinko.
お願い、一緒にいて。ね。
Fuck you, Rinko.
別に俺が一緒じゃなくても。
相棒も少し休め。鍵は私が探す。
そうだよ。シュウ君はずっと戦闘で頑張ってたんだから。後からついてくるだけだったひな子の方が余裕あるって。
おい、そんな言い方をするなよ。
私は気にしない。
Fuck you,
二人と
Rinko.
も休んでてくれ。
Fuck you, Rinko. Just smash her head in. Just get it over with. Just crack that melon open. So we got the school level. I remember the school level from the original. It was one of my absolute favorite levels. It was so good. It was so fucking creepy. I loved it to bits. Also because it was undermining the radio effect, right? By there were passive mobs that also reacted to the radio, so you didn't know if it was an actual mob or just one of the little ghost babies walking around. Serial cats. I think it had a hospital and some kind of circus-like place too. Oh, really? What I saw, I think, was a shopping mall or something like it. But I never played 3. So your packs, you never play them? Too scary for you? Yeah, they are good. They used to be good. I think this is good. The second remake is highly recommended. Rinko is always asking whether Shu and I are an item. I tell her every time that we're not, but she never seems to buy it. I heard a rumor that Rinko was gossiping about me behind my back. Oh, yeah. I suppose love can tear apart even the closest of friends. I don't know what to do. Beat her. Stove her head in with that pipe. Oh, it was an amusement park. Oh, there we go. Shit. I can't get back out there? Really? That's fucked. But I didn't check everything. Can I? No? Can we not? No good, won't budge. That's kind of ominous. Okay. Okay. They're running in the hallway. I'm assuming that means.
卒業以来だな。
I didn't check those doors? Or I couldn't. I don't like that there's knocking shit outside. Or maybe it's not outside, maybe it's the entire... Stop. Yeah, I like this. Oh, stop. Explore the school? But what if I don't want to? Yeah, great idea, but what about not? Have you thought about not doing that? Looks cool though. There's nothing here? That's bullshit. That's absolute rank horse dong. Shrine. Ooh, and something. A little origami of rumors. Ha, looks like someone heard my prayer. To whichever god who answered them, thank you. Okay, little fox origami. Why though? Cryptics, hi buddy. Incoming enemy spawning. Catching you in the corner. It would never dare. There's a custom that's said to get rid of your words like magic. Yeah, therapy. You write grievances that you can't tell anyone on a piece of paper, fold it into an origami fox, and then throw it somewhere that no one else will find it. If you happen to come across someone else's origami or of grievances, you can put it to rest by reading it. No matter what's written on it, you have to keep the information to yourself and not tell a single soul. That's usually what humans are good at. It's a tradition that's been in this town for ages, but it was particularly popular with middle schoolers. Some kids would indirectly bully others by writing gossip about the people they hated and making sure to put it in a place they would see it. I personally don't like to write bad things about people, or read them for that matter, because some of it was about you, probably. They say that you can put those complaints to rest by reading them, so I make the effort to read them out. But to be honest, I'd rather not pick them up when I see them. Fair. See, in Warpacks, I think the first horror game you played was Fear. Did you play it? No, I didn't. That was Fear was the two guys that had a ghost girl around them. Ibi used to be a lively town with an ample labor force for construction and coal mining when this school was built. The town was always bustling and the school was full of students. The students at the time studied how to further improve the town as adults. That's just studying. The student of our time now studies so we can leave to go to a bigger town when we're adults. Okay, yeah, okay, new for Space War. Not to brag, but we've taken down the enemy's mothership, the giant UFO, on many occasions. Yeah, sure, in your make-believe. However, each time that happened, the Galactic Imperium, would deploy more and more troops from their home planets. As we grew older, we were able to have a better understanding of heroes by watching television, and I think we came up with some elaborate backstories for the enemy leaders. But by this time, it was a world that only Shu and I knew. It's make-believe, brother. Settle down. See your cryptics. Let's see your cryptics. I didn't play Fear, but heard so much good things about it. Let's see war packs. Yeah, something about a ghost girl. This was a long time ago. I think they got like at least 3 Fears, I believe. I believe. Do we really have 6 things? Does that take several slots in toolkits? Maybe they do. It'd be a little unfortunate. A little misfortune-y. Let's take a look at their equipment here. Yeah, it's a 3-stack. Fuck, okay. Maybe we should pop that toolkit. Pop that toolkit for this thing. Durability low? Oh, it's what it's got currently.
I don't even know what your name is, bud.
Thank you for the follow, Gaidotech. You gotta go, have fun. Hopefully I'll see you here in the future when we stream. We're gonna be live again on Sunday. It's gonna be Omori. And then we're back on a Monday, Thursday schedule with more Silent Hill F. So have a good one. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, we're gonna be done here soon as well. Maybe we're actually gonna be done here. Speaking of which, considering this is a safe spot and we got into a new area and... I mean, it feels like a pretty solid place for it, doesn't it? Ish. You know, let's... Not be that. There we go. The freshness. Actually, let's just... Yeah. It's a good place for it, isn't it? I think it is. We've seen some new enemies. We got through the other world. We got into the school. And I have high hopes for the school. The school is usually a good level. Well, it used to be back in the day, at least. Right. Oh, shit. I need to actually quit that. There we go. There we go. Now, I can go get myself some food and get myself some proper sleep. See your cryptics. I can say I think UFO stories in this game is maybe not period accurate. I mean, the 96 was big in the US for UFO stories. It only started catching popularity in the US in the 50s. And having it already in Japan at this point is maybe forced. I mean, the whole UFO angle to every Silent Hill game is forced. It's one of the silly endings. It's like the dog ending, right? It's a joke ending. It doesn't mean anything, right? Well, at least I don't think that the UFO angle to any of the Silent Hill games is worth reading. It's an Easter egg. It's fun, but it doesn't actually mean anything about Silent Hill. Because in that case, we could do a whole read that the Silent Hill effect is just an alien effect. It's aliens, man. Because aliens are the one core component that is present whenever a Silent Hill effect happens, right? It's silly. It's silly. It's silly. It's fun, but it's dumb. And it doesn't really enter into the read of the material, I think. But, you know, mileage may vary. Yeah, so that's going to be it for tonight. That's going to be it for tonight's stream of Silent Hill F. On this little corner of the universe, the internet, and all things Twitch, where we do literary theory to the games that we play. That is to say, we do close reading, structuralist analysis, deconstruction, anything we can really get our hands on to try to make sense of maybe not so much what the story is, but rather how it's being told, how it works, how it functions. We do this work, not just because it elevates the media, not just because it's fun, but because of my own solipsistic wants and needs. You see, narratology and storytelling are near and dear to my heart because I'm an author, I'm a writer. I've been a novelist for the past over a decade at this point, And I started streaming to try to promote that work. Most recently, you could read me, The Girl with Raven Hair, a subversion of the adventure trope set in a post-apocalyptic Nordic folklore verse, which I think is really fucking cool. Please go check her out. You can also read the sort of a prequel to that, to The Girl with the Raven Hair, in the Patchwork Sovereignty, more of a low fantasy folklore version of LA Confidential or Chinatown, also set in that post-apocalyptic Nordic folklore verse, or for that matter, a transhumanist cyberpunk thriller in The Last Box about the spontaneous eruption of sapiens and a bit of gaming code. Please do check them out. You can find these things pretty much everywhere you get your ebooks or print-on-demand copies, but if you need any help finding them, just a handy-dandy link down below. It's going to get you to jpspublishing.se. If you want to join this growing community here on the channel, second link down below is going to get you to our Discord. If you want to see what else we played previously, third link down below is going to get you to our YouTube archive. And if you want to give a little bit of a kickback for the work that we do, well, of course, use the infrastructure of Twitch itself. Spend your Bezos buck. You don't have to spend it here, but you should spend it somewhere. Or for that matter, ABBB baby, just as Max says, ABBB baby. Buy the books, read the books, review the books. It's all about distribution, right? Just get them out there. Help get these things into the hands of people who might enjoy them, right? That's what it's all really about. So anything you can do to help that really does help tremendously. But if you don't want to do any of that, or you already have and you still want to give a little bit of a kickback for the work that I do, well, we're not chat, because the second link down below, the fourth link down below is going to get you to our Buy Me a Coffee page. Now, that being said and done, right. So, chat, we have some words still to get through, amongst other things, what we're going to do next, or when next we're going to be live. But, before we do that, let's talk to the people who don't give a shit, right? Hi, YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. It's a damn pleasure to have you here. You don't have to listen to when next we're going live, because we've probably already been live. So you just have to click on whatever hovering around my head to get more of this stuff if you want it. And until you do, thank you so much for watching. Keep passing the open windows, and good night.